continues on the iCubs Broadcast Network.
The Iowa Cubs and Central Iowa Mechanical are proud to pay tribute to our community's military, law enforcement, fire, and first responder service members all season long at Principal Park and our Salute to Service program. An active duty or veteran of military service, law enforcement, professional firefighter, or first responder will be recognized on the field before the game. To nominate your candidate to be honored in the field in the Iowa Cubs Central Iowa Mechanical Salute to Service program, visit iowacubs.com.
Get ready for 2 nights of live music at Principal Park. Join us Friday, May 23rd for a rock show featuring the Pork Tornadoes, Damon Dotson, and Punching Pandas. Then on Saturday, May 24th, country star Craig Campbell takes the stage with Jordan Bean and Brad Morgan. Both shows start at 6 p.m. with gates opening at 5. General admission is just $15 per night or $25 for both. Upgrade to a hospitality package or go all in with a Bud Club table for the ultimate concert experience. Get your tickets now at iowacubs.com.
Iowa Cubs baseball lives here on Hope 940. And now, Jason Kemp.
The Iowa Cubs pregame show. Time now for a pregame interview brought to you by Amish House Furniture in Urbandale. They feature many styles, but just like the big leagues, only one standard of excellence. It's the good stuff. We're joined before game 1 of a brand new series, as always, by manager Marty Peavy. Marty, you win 3 of the 5 games that we were able to play in Indianapolis. I talked to a number of different players and coaches about this, but people who are in baseball like to play baseball. So is it challenging sometimes to not be able to play baseball and to sit around during a rain delay, or how exactly do baseball people approach those long days without actually playing baseball?
Well, we only have a limited amount of cage time and field time for that matter. The fields I'll tell you what, we got a lot of work in Indy, even though we had just horrible weather, rain-wise. But, you just guys are playing cards or dominoes, or we're going over scouting reports, looking at ways that we can improve. We had the mini hack in the hall doing 2 hoppers. In the past, I've hit ground balls in the runway. You try to stay busy. A tape ball game might break out in the clubhouse. There's many ways. Guys have access to the cage, so on the road, it's usually for only an hour 15 minutes. But guys are getting their work in, and you just have to be patient. You can't really control Mother Nature, so you have to grind through it.
On the Mother Nature topic, for one more question, it's going to be a little bit chilly tonight. Temperatures in the low 40s, could be wind chill down to 30s. Does that change anything about the way you manage or play the game, or do you kind of have to put that in the back of your mind and go play baseball? Well,
it's going to be cold, especially the infielders are moving around. You're hoping that Flexen throws a lot of strikes tonight. It's going to keep guys on their toes. Your body just doesn't move quite as well in the cold weather. But if you watch the game last night with the Cubs, they stole 5 bases, and the broadcasters, it's funny because they had just said, I don't know how much, because counsel told them prior to the game that, guys just don't respond to cold weather, stealing bases and stuff. And we ended up stealing 5 last night. But I think once you get moving around, that kind of goes away.
At the top of your order this year, you have a guy making his AAA debut in Christian Franklin. I've been impressed by him, and I know a lot of people have, with the exit velos, the at-bats, and then his aggressiveness on the base paths. What have you seen out of him that you like in the top spot in your order?
Well, he's been, he's done a nice job at taking his walks. He hasn't been, because, looking at his numbers from last year, he sometimes gets a little bit underplaying, but he stayed on top this year. He's taken what's been given. He's done a nice job. He's got quick hands. He's such a good athlete. Can go first to third, can steal a base. He's done a really nice job at the top.
Talking to manager Marty Peavy here on the pregame show before game 1 in Toledo. I've been impressed by the back end of your bullpen and really the bullpen as a whole, especially during that first road series in Indianapolis. They kept you in games. They kept you in front in games. What is it about that group of guys that you enjoyed watching in Indianapolis that allowed them to get the job done?
Well, the whole crew's done a great job. Even the day when we came back, I guess day before yesterday in that 10th inning, it wasn't pleasant out there. Palencia threw strikes. They got 3 little cheap hits, a broken bat single, and 2, 14 hoppers through the infield. It was unfortunate. He threw the ball good velocity. He's done a great job. The whole bullpen has done a wonderful job, especially in that last series. We just have to keep, with our lineup, we're never out of a game. We never feel like we're out of a game. We keep coming back and grinding through at bats and putting good at bats together late, getting good pitches to hit and taking what the defense gives us.
You talk about the good at bats. I'm thinking of the James Triantos 13 pitch at bat when he fell behind 0-2 against Mike Burrows, and you can kind of see a pitcher's frustration start to build as he's making quality 2-strike pitches that you continue to spoil. Is that part of obviously the game plan every day is you make that guy work as hard as he can and then have your success against the pen if you get there?
Well, the good thing about it is when you're patient at the plate, especially with starters, that you're able to get into their bullpen. And the sooner you can get in their bullpen, they're going to use their best guys first. So on Saturday and Sunday, hopefully you've got, the more hittable guys down there left. And if you can knock a starter out early, all the better.
And kind of on the same line, you guys have had a ton of success, especially in Indianapolis, scoring in the 7th, 8th, and 9th innings. And that obviously goes to that. You've had chances in the early innings that have maybe coming up a little bit short. Is that concerning at all, or is that just the ebbs and flows of baseball?
Well, it's early. I think that maybe our thinking or our psychological approach, trying to do too much early in a game, trying to, all we have to do in those situations is just move the ball forward. You've got to, I don't want to say expand your zone because you still want to take your walks and you want to hit good pitches. But when you've got runners on third with less than 2 outs, you've got to move the ball forward.
Appreciate the time. Great stuff as always. Best of luck tonight.
Thank you.
CUBS manager Marty Peavy. We'll have CUBS baseball after this.
You've been listening to today's pregame show. Don't go anywhere. Iowa Cubs baseball is next, right here on Hope 940 KPSZ Des Moines and online at iowacubs.com.
Feel the power, feel the speed, feel extreme. Cubs fans, get Extreme powered by Mediacom and experience streaming so real you can feel it. Whether you're live streaming the game or streaming your favorite series, with supercharged speeds up to 1 gig and powerful whole home Wi-Fi, you're in it. Their 100% gigabit technology network was built to take you further. Get ready to feel it. Extreme powered by Mediacom.
Great news! 2025 Iowa Cubs season tickets are still available, and there's no better place to spend your summer than out at the ballpark. You'll get access to the best seats at the best price, free parking, invitation to member-only events, and so much more. Let's take your fandom to the next level and become a season ticket member today. Call 515-243-6111 or visit iowacubs.com to buy your tickets. We can't wait to see you at Principal Park.
Since 1981, a prospect's path to Wrigley Field has run directly through Principal Park in Des Moines. With several of the Cubs' future stars on the roster this season, the Iowa Cubs are aiming for their first trip to the postseason since 2019. Stay tuned as we bring you the soundtrack of the summer, the unmistakable crack of the bat.
Drill, center field, McKinney to the wall, it's gone! Pinch hit, grand slam, Moises Ballesteros, bye-bye. Here's Kevin Alcantara. To deep to right field. Rivas back to the track at the wall. It's off the top of the wall. It's 3-1 Iowa.
The satisfying pop of the mitt.
1-2 pitch. Cut on it. Miss strike 3. Cade Horton.
And the roar from the crowd after a tremendous defensive play.
3-2. Drive. Leaping catch. Max Shaw. Oh, baby.
It's time for Iowa Cubs baseball on Hope 940. Now, let's head out to the ballpark for the call of today's game with the voice of the Iowa Cubs, Jason Kemp.
Welcome back once again inside Fifth Third Field here in downtown Toledo as we get ready to begin half number 2 of a 12-game road trip to open the road portion of the schedule for the Iowa Cubs. Toledo Mudhens beginning a 6-game homestand. They are about to take the field. As I mentioned, two teams who have sort of started this season on opposite notes. The I-Cubs are 4-3, and quite frankly, they feel like they should have 6 or 7 wins. They have blown a 7-2 lead in one loss, and they've been walked off in extras in the 2 other losses, so certainly all 3 were winnable games. Meanwhile, Toledo coming in at 2-7, off to a slow start. They've lost each of their first 2 series this season, 1-5 on a recent road trip to Toledo. They've been outscored by 18 runs. Meanwhile, the I-Cubs in the positive in run differential by 5 runs. The Mudhens are on the field, led by their left-handed starter tonight, Lyle Lockhart. Give you an update on some of the scoring struggles early on in games for the I-Cubs this year. I'll try and change that today against the left-hander, who again started on opening night for this Toledo ball club. An 8-5 loss to Columbus. He allowed 3 runs in 2 1/3 innings that day, walking 3. He came back out on April 2nd at Round Rock and was part of a 5-2 loss. 4 innings, 2 runs allowed on 3 hits and 4 walks. He did strike out 6 that day. He's been a big-time strikeout pitcher over the course of his career. Toledo wearing their home white uniforms with a navy blue cap and a T in white and red on the front, Mudhens in red across the front of their jersey, and blue piping. And meanwhile, Lockhart with the old school stirrup socks, navy blue in color, with the white sanitary socks underneath. Meanwhile, the I-Cubs in their road alternate blues with the Bear logo on the left side of the chest, red numbers on the back, and solid gray pants here to begin this series. And we'll start the game with a matchup of college teammates back in 2021. Lyle Lockhart and Christian Franklin teamed up for the Arkansas Razorbacks that year, each in their last season in college baseball. Franklin spent his entire career at Arkansas. Lockhart transferred after beginning his career with Houston. We are ready to go on this Tuesday evening. Very chilly temperatures once again on this road trip. And Lockhart will work out of the stretch as a left-hander. Franklin in on the right side. Lockhart takes a deep breath, and the first pitch of the ball game is on the way. And it's missing down and off the inside corner. 86 miles per hour for ball 1. We get started at 6:36 p.m. 1-0 on Franklin, a 273 hitter with 3 runs batted in. The next pitch, a check swing, and that caught the bottom of the zone at 85 miles per hour. And it's 1-1 on Franklin, who's been hitting the ball hard early in the year. 40 degrees right now in Toledo. The high today, 41. Wind up with a glove over the head from Lockhart. He comes home with a slider, and Franklin rolls that foul on the ground, third base side, falling behind in the count to his old college teammate, 1-2. Fastball, slider, curveball, and a sinker and a splitter in the arsenal for this left-hander. Infield straight up for Toledo against Franklin. The cold weather gear up over his mouth, under his nose. Lockhart's 1-2 delivery is down and in, and Franklin stepped out of the way as that hit in the dirt. And it actually hit him in the foot. He got a delayed start, taking the gear off, but that is a hit by pitch. And, you know, he and his college teammate going to have a laugh about that at some point. Certainly Lockhart not thrilled about it early on today. A 1-2 pitch, tried to bury it on the back foot, and he hit him in the leg. Franklin's all right. He's down at first with very good speed. And Moises Ballesteros will be the hitter left on left. Franklin has tried to run plenty this year, but he's been caught 3 times, been successful once.
Lefty staring right at him. Lockhart comes home inside with a fastball at 86 to Ballesteros, who jumped out of the way. Ball one. Moises hitting .240 with 2 runs batted in. They're playing the young catcher to pull. The offering from Lockhart, skied in the air towards shallow left field, giving chase. A couple of mud hens run out of room. And it's 1-1. Time for the defensive alignment for Toledo, brought to you by Artisan Capital. First base, David Hensley. Up the middle, second baseman, Jace Young. And the shortstop, Jack Dunn. Over at third is How You Lee. Left to right in the outfield, Bly Madris, Jemai Jones, and Riley Unroe. The catcher is Eliezer Alfonso. 1-1 on the I-Cubs catcher, Ballesteros. From the belt, the pitch. And Ballesteros with a good swing at a fastball, fouled it straight back to the screen. And it's now 1-2. Heavy dose of the sinker early on from the left-hander Lockhart. Good lead for Franklin. He stayed put so far. 1-2. Ballesteros, a line drive into center field for a base hit. Right at the feet of Jemai Jones, and Christian Franklin will throttle it down at second base. But a great start for the Iowa Cubs, who, again, I've mentioned, have struggled to score early in games despite opportunities. Then they've found a way to come on late in games. But they're trying to get off to a great start to this series here in Toledo. And on a cold night, you prefer to be playing from in front. Here's the DH, Jonathan Long. Right-handed batter. Runners go, and the pitch is a breaking ball, missing. The throw to third pops away from Lee, and coming home is Franklin. Ballesteros will get into third, and some magic on the bases from Christian Franklin. Stolen base and a throwing error, and the Iowa Cubs lead 1-0. I'll give Ballesteros a stolen base as well. They had that one stolen on the pitcher, Lyle Lockhart. And it's 1-0 I-Cubs here in the early going on a Tuesday night. Well, you'll take that start as the infield has to come in for Toledo. Ballesteros at third, nobody out. And the pitch to Jonathan Long is a strike this time on a straight fastball. It's even 1-1. Ball to strike to Long. The pitch in the dirt, skipping away from the catcher, Alfonso. Here comes Ballesteros. Throw to Lockhart and the tag, and he is out. Oh, a close play at the plate, and Moises Ballesteros trying to get home on what would have been a wild pitch. And Lyle Lockhart tags him on the leg, and Ballesteros is out. So it stays 1-0. Ballesteros certainly not the fastest player for the Iowa Cubs. He sort of curled his front leg as he slid into the plate, and that probably cost him there. By the way, the error was on the third baseman Lee a moment ago, allowing Franklin to score and Ballesteros to get to third. So 1 out, nobody on base, 2-1 to Long. And Lockhart throws a breaking ball that Long bounces in the hole to third. Lee has it, throws across the diamond, and David Hensley came off the base but tagged the runner on the way by. It's a 5-3 putout for the second out of the inning. A tough break. That likely would have scored Ballesteros if not for him being out at the plate 2-1 moments ago on a close play. 2 gone, nobody on. Ben Cowles, the new hitter. Left-hander Lockhart trying to limit the damage to just 1 run as he comes home. And the first pitch swinging, Cowles sends it foul down the right field line. A fastball at 92 miles per hour this time from the Toledo starter. Infield back now. They're in sunlight. So is the outfield. Catcher and pitcher in the shade. 0-1 to Cowles. Way up and out. Another fastball from Lockhart, and it's even a ball to strike. Ben Cowles off to a good start. .333 with a home run and 4 RBI. First game without a hit was on Sunday. Opened the year with a 6-game hitting streak. 1 ball and 1 strike on him. And he takes a breaking ball out at 75 miles an hour. That was the slower curveball Makes it 2-1. Triantos on deck. The 2-1 pitch, another breaking ball out. A curveball again, missing off the plate. Arm side from Lockhart, who has thrown more balls than strikes here in his first 17 pitches. He's 3-1 on Ben Cowles. Touches the back of his neck out the windup, comes home and missed with a changeup. Ball 4. Ben Cowles draws the walk. That is something that Lockhart has struggled with so far this season. 6 1/3 innings coming in. He had 7 walks, now 8 walks in 7 innings this year. And a man on with 2 outs for James Triantos. Right-handed batter, 214 with an RBI. He swings away, lines the ball toward the gap in right center field. Jahmai Jones, the center fielder, plays it on a bounce, and into third goes Ben Cowles. Second base hit here in the first inning for the I-Cubs. This one belongs to Triantos. There are men on the corners for the center fielder, Kevin Alcantara. Nice solid line drive into center. Jones was battling the sun initially. I don't think he got a great jump on that batted ball, and it turned into a solid single for Triantos. Now Alcantara looking at a fastball over for strike 1. Alcantara off to a slow start. 174 the average for one of the top prospects in the Cubs farm system. Cowles at third, Triantos at first, both with good speed. Lockhart fires. Alcantara takes up and out, and it's even 1-1. Boy, I think left-hander Lyle Lockhart would be absolutely thrilled if he only gives up 1 run in this inning. After a run was in and a man was on third with nobody out. Since that point, 2 straight have reached, but Ballesteros was out trying to score on a wild pitch. Runners lead. Lockhart holds in the 1-1. Throw to first. Triantos back standing up. You know Triantos wants to run, as Lockhart kind of trying to find his way here in the first inning. Already over 20 pitches. The I-Cubs looking for a crooked number. The 1-1 to Alcantara. Runner goes, pitches a strike, a pump fake by Alfonso to second. He'll hold on to the baseball. Triantos has a stolen base. The I-Cubs have stolen 3 bases here in the first inning, a lot like the big league club on a chilly night at Wrigley yesterday. Triantos steals his 4th base of the year. He has not been caught. 1-2 on Alcantara. 2 men in scoring position to pitch. Changeup floats down and off the outside corner. Good take by Alcantara, and it's 2 balls and 2 strikes. Currently 1-0 in favor of the Iowa Cubs here in the opening frame. It'd be a shame if they only get 1. A long look in from the southpaw. And he comes home. Alcantara swinging away, popping it foul off to the right side behind home plate. And we'll do it once again. 2-ball, 2-strike count. This is something the Iowa Cubs have been great at early on this year, working starters deep in counts early in the game. 2s across the board. Kick of the right leg. Here comes Lockhart. A slider bends down and in, and Alcantara with another good take has worked the count full. Taps home plate. He's got the cold gear up over his face. Can't even tell that's Kevin Alcantara. The hair is not sticking out. First base is open as the payoff pitch is sent home, and it's outside, ball 4. Alcantara works the walk, second of the inning from Lockhart. And the bases are loaded with 2 outs for the veteran Carlos Perez. And I think before too long, they're going to get the bullpen churning here in Toledo. Catcher Eliezer Alfonso is heading out toward the mound. He'll be joined by the first baseman, David Hensley, as Lockhart really scuffling. And now the pitching coach, Doug Bochler, is heading out there as well. He's thrown 26 pitches, only 12 for strikes. And getting up in the Toledo bullpen in a hurry right now. Right-hander starting to toss as they're feeling like this could get late in a hurry for Lyle Lockhart, whose start to the season has certainly not been what he hoped it would be. And now the conversation on the mound has ended. Carlos Perez will have a chance to add to this 1-0 lead. Perez, the veteran right-handed hitter, as Lockhart back out of the windup with the bases full. Swinging a drive toward left. Perez gives it a ride. Going back on it is the left fielder, Madris, and that is gone. Carlos Perez with a monster shot to left, a grand slam in the first, and the Iowa Cubs have a 5-0 lead. Oh, he did not miss that offering from Lyle Lockhart, and despite the out at home plate by Moises Ballesteros, the I-Cubs come through in a big way here in the first inning. First home run of the year for Carlos Perez. A grand slam, hit a ton to left field. And now the switch hitter, Greg Allen, the 8th batter of the inning, will step in on the right side against Lockhart. And coming home is Lockhart. It's on the inside corner for a strike call. Last grand slam for the I-Cubs, Owen Casey, last year, June 4th. This is way outside and evens the count 1-1 on Greg Allen. Off to a great start, 4 for 9 with an RBI. Perez jumping all over the first pitch of that at bat. 1-1 home, big bouncer to the left side. Lee, the third baseman, corrals it, fires across the diamond on target to end the inning. But the I-Cubs score 5 runs on 3 hits, couple of walks, and a hit batter. There was 1 error in the inning, and nobody left on base. The I-Cubs jump in front 5-0. And now Chris Flexen takes over on the mound with a solid lead when we come back.
Dream Steam Restoration and Cleaning's fully trained and certified team is your designated hitter. For cleaning carpet, air ducts, furniture, dryer vents, and more. Need restoration? We cover all the bases. Water, fire, and storm damage, mold removal, even biohazard cleanup. We use eco-friendly products safe for your family and pets. Call for an estimate and we'll knock it out of the park. 515-512-5387 or visit DreamSteamInc.com. Dream Steam Restoration and Cleaning, servicing Central Iowa. Family owned and operated since 1983.
A 10-game flex pack is the perfect way to experience all of the fun of an Iowa Cubs game at Principal Park while not being tied to a set of dates. Create a customized experience just for you. Use all 10 tickets for one game or mix and match them over multiple visits. The choice is yours. Flex pack tickets are good for any game all season long. Visit iowacubs.com to get yours today.
All right, here's the thing with mobile banking. You can get the laundry done and the yard, and it's only Thursday. Sure, run that extra block or mile with your four-legged buddy. Hey, you're at the gym? Do a few more reps. A little more gaming with your squad? Yeah, the Galaxy needs you. Better eat another s'more. And by another, we mean fifth. Soak up every single minute of every single day. Go on and do whatever it is you do and still keep in touch with your money. Great Southern Mobile Banking. Get the app now for Android and iOS. Member FDIC. Data rates may apply. See carrier for details.
More Iowa Cubs baseball with Jason Kemp on Hope 940.
Well, the I-Cubs put a 5 spot on the board in the first inning, and Chris Flexen will start with a comfortable advantage here in the bottom half as Jahmai Jones, the center fielder, will lead off for Toledo. Right-handed batter swings away at the first pitch. It's a sky-high pop-up above the mound. Coming together, 4 different infielders. It's the second baseman, Triantos, making a diving catch as he got a little bit too close to the mound and had to dive back behind him, almost laying down on his back to squeeze it. For the first out of the inning. 1 pitch, he had 1 out for Flexen. How about that? With a 5-0 lead. So Jones pops out. Now it's How You Lee. Third baseman hitting 194 with 5 RBI. And Flexen out of the windup delivers strike one call. 92 on the lower outside edge. Good pitch from Flexen to get on top. Flexen's second start of the year. As he works out of the windup, big swing and a miss and another fastball. That one at 93 miles per hour. 0-2 the count. Flexen pounding his own. He walked 4 in his first start of the year at Indianapolis last Tuesday, and it came in Marty Peavy's office and apologized. It's 0-2. A little bit high, and Lee able to take with a check swing. It's 1 ball and 2 strikes. Infield back all the way around. Outfield shaded the other way for Lee. Flexen fires off the end of the bat foul and staying alive. It's the number 2 hitter for Toledo. Artisan Capital Group defensive alignment for the Cubs. Carlos Perez at first. James Triantos at second. Ben Cowles is the shortstop. Chase Strumpf at third. Alan Alcantara and Franklin left to right in the outfield. Another 2-strike pitch, and that one cuts off the outside corner for ball 2, and it's even on Lee. Ballesteros, the catcher. Don't miss out on all the fun downtown Des Moines offers. Check out Cityville on 9th, managed by Artisan Capital Group. Now the 2-2. There's a first breaking ball from Flexen, hitting the air toward right. A lot of room out there for Christian Franklin, and he just gets to the edge of the warning track, turns around and makes a relaxed grab for the second out of the inning. And now it'll be Jace Young. Left-handed hitter, one of the top prospects for Detroit. Young, 321, a couple of home runs and 2 RBI. He is the brother of Josh Young. Jace holding the bat behind his head and takes a big cut and comes up empty on a changeup from Chris Flexen. Again, he's in front 0-1. 321, 2 homers, 2 RBI. Good start for Young. And he drives this ball toward deep left field. Greg Allen easing back out into the gap, makes an over-the-shoulder running catch, and the inning is over. So Flexen handed a 5-run lead, and he comes back and puts up a 1-2-3 inning, a shutdown inning there for the veteran right-hander. After 1, 5-0, the iCubs on top, the iCubs Broadcast Network.
Can you think of anything that costs the same today as it did 10 years ago? There isn't much. That is, unless you're a Mid-American Energy customer. Thanks to all the renewable energy we're generating, our customers pay nearly the same rate for electricity today as they did back when we were all singing, "Call Me Maybe." And with Mid-American making even more investments in clean energy, you can count on enjoying those same affordable rates for the next decade. Now that's obsessively, relentlessly at your service.
Make more memories together this summer. Whether you're celebrating a special occasion with friends and family, hosting clients, or treating your staff, take them to Principal Park for an unforgettable time. Groups of 25 or more qualify for reduced prices. Come eat, drink, and watch baseball as a group for as low as $7 per ticket. Visit iowacubs.com to book your outing and ask about adding on a unique group experience.
In the heart of downtown Des Moines, Confluence on Third Apartments offers a resort-style apartment community with luxurious studio, 1- and 2-bedroom apartment homes. Enjoy the fun and convenience of downtown living with first-class amenities that include a sprawling outdoor courtyard with a pool, grill station, dog run, and hot tub. Other amenities include a fitness studio, rooftop, sky deck, game room, theater, underground parking, and so much more to enhance your everyday living experience at Confluence on Third Apartments. With your favorite downtown venues just a short walk or bike ride away, you'll love the convenience of living at Confluence on Third Apartments. Learn more at confluenceonthirdapts.com.
KPSZ Des Moines, Hope 940. Your local, click, visit, call, and search media company. We are Des Moines Media Group.
Number 9 hitter Chase Strumpf leads off the second for the Iowa Cubs. That's never a bad thing to have the 9 hitter leading off the second inning. And a fastball darts down and in from Lockhart for ball 1. Strumpf looking for his first hit of the year, 0 for 7 with an RBI. Playing time has been a little bit sparse early in the campaign. And he swings over the top of a good slider, breaking in off the plate from The left-hander Lockhart, who does get a second inning here. He was close to being finished in the first before he got out of it with a ground ball from Allen. 1-1 outside to Strumpf. Tried the breaking ball again, and it's 2 balls and a strike. Certainly not going to blow it by you, Lyle Lockhart. Hardest pitch he's thrown has been 91 miles per hour so far, and he tried a breaking ball, missed a little bit low, and Strumpf, another good take, 3 balls and a strike. Good at bats, again, a theme early in the year for the Iowa Cubs. The windup with the 3-1, and Lockhart missed the outside corner again, his 3rd walk of the game, and that's been a real issue for the Toledo left-hander early on here in 2025. Strumpf aboard for the top of the order, and Christian Franklin once again. Franklin hit by a pitch, stole a base, and scored on an E5, a dropped catch by Lee, the third baseman. They play Christian to pull, and he takes strike 1 called. Fastball zipping over the outside part of the plate. Hayu Lee was charged with that error. Pretty good throw by the catcher, Alfonso. Was not going to be in time to get Franklin, but he dropped it, and that allowed him to score. And now pitch to the backstop. Lockhart had one get away to the arm side again, and trotting down to second is Chase Strumpf on a wild pitch. Mentioned the struggles early on in games for the Iowa Cubs scoring runs, despite having many opportunities. Today, not the case at all. Lockhart checks on the runner a couple of times. 1-1 pitch, line softly to short right at Dunn, who makes the catch. And looks the runner Strumpf back to second. That one jammed him up pretty good. That one probably does not feel great on a day like today. Carlos Perez, by the way, 101 off the bat, 391 feet on the Grand Slam. First of the year for the Iowa Cubs. They had one hit against them against Omaha opening weekend. Moises Ballesteros now, base hit his first time up. And he takes one up under his hands this time to start the at-bat, ball 1. The iCubs offense certainly has depth, even without Owen Casey in there today with the sprained ankle. 1-0. He gulps this in the air. Shallow fly ball toward left. Easing underneath it is Madris. He'll give way to the shortstop, Dunn, who has made both putouts here. Back-to-back at-bats, and there are 2 gone for Jonathan Long. Long, the DH, grounded to third his first time up. Jonathan Long, the strikeout batter tonight for Toledo. And a crowd that showed up early despite the weather. Not a huge crowd. The first pitch zips over for strike 1. Already now 41 pitches for Lyle Lockhart. 21 balls, 20 strikes. Jonathan Long looking for his first home run of the year. Takes a little bit upstairs, and this will be challenged by the pitcher, Lyle Lockhart. And it was a ball, so a lost challenge here for Toledo. And it's a ball and a strike. That one missed by a half inch up above the zone. 1 challenge remaining for Toledo. Strumpf still at second with 2 outs here in the second. 5-0 Iowa on top. Lockhart to the plate, missed down and in. And he falls behind 2 balls and 1 strike. Second baseman Young trying to hold Strumpf close to the base. Lockhart fires. That's a little bit low again. Sinking fastball, trying to be framed by the catcher Alfonso, but he couldn't pull it up enough to get the strike call. So it's 3-1, a hitter's count for Long. Already 3 walks today for Lockhart. Bullpen quiet. And here he comes. Pulled on the ground. It hits the third base bag and ricochets into left field. Rolling all the way into the corner around third and scoring is Strumpf. And it's a stand-up RBI double for Jonathan Long, his fourth run and batted into the year. 6-0, iCubs here in the second inning. Right off the edge of the third base bag for Jonathan Long. He hit it hard, and he hit it in the right spot. That's living good for Johnny Long. He's in scoring position now. The batter is Ben Cowles. He checks his swing and a fastball off the outside corner, ball one. You never know what the mentality of a team is with the weather like it has been today. Certainly encouraged. Cowles swinging away, sends a pop-up off to the right side out of the ballpark. Over the iCubs dugout, and it's 1-1 on him now. An offensive barrage here early in the game. Hitters count for Cowles, and he takes a strike called on the lower outside corner. Marty Peavy talking to Jonathan Long as he takes his lead from second. 4 hits for the Iowa Cubs, 6 runs. Lockhart fires, swing and a miss on a slider. It's in the dirt, blocked by Alfonso. He couldn't find the ball initially, but Cowles' bat hit it, so they called him out even without a throw. Alfonso trying to pick up the ball, but it hit Cowles' bat and redirected, and so Cowles called out by the home plate umpire. But the iCubs add another run. Leadoff walk by Strumpf and an RBI double from Jonathan Long. 1 run on 1 hit, no errors, and 1 man left on base. We played only an inning and a half. It's already 6-0. The iCubs lead on the road on the iCubs Broadcast Network.
For 48 straight years, Ford F-Series have been the best-selling trucks in America. We got here by engineering breakthrough technology, redefining built Ford tough, and never settling for second best. But what's really made Ford F-Series the #1 selling trucks in America is you. Ford F-Series, built Ford tough. Based on 1977 to 2024 calendar year total sales.
Escape to paradise at Principal Park for Margaritaville night on Friday, June 14th. Enjoy a night of island vibes with a live performance by Banana Wind, a Hawaiian t-shirt giveaway to the first 1,000 fans, and the ultimate feast, a cheeseburger and margarita special. Kick back, soak up the summer fun, and enjoy baseball with a tropical twist. Get your tickets now at iowacubs.com.
Looking for the perfect home? Artisan Management Group has you covered at Cityville on 9, the Iowa Cubs home away from home with a resort-style pool, state-of-the-art fitness center, and an expansive dog park. They've got all the bases covered. Choose a studio, 1, 2, or 3-bedroom apartments, all just a home run distance from Principal Park. Find your perfect place at cityvilleon9.com or explore all their communities at artisanmanagementgroup.com. Cityville on 9. Live well, live artisan.
Get your peanuts ready. Iowa Cubs baseball is back on Hope 940.
Here we go in the bottom of the second. Chris Flexen, after a quick first inning, goes to work against the Toledo cleanup hitter Andrew Navigato, and he delivers a strike to the right-handed hitting designated hitter. Sunglasses exchanged here between James Triantos and Christian Franklin. As Triantos' head is now in sunlight. Flexen deals off the end of the bat into the iCubs dugout. Look out over there. Marty Peavy, the manager, jumping out of the way. Kyle Moore, the bench coach, in that same area of the dugout. Both are all right. And Navigato, a 200 hitter early this year with an RBI, looks out at Chris Flexen, whose 0-2 pitch is on the way, and it's a curveball tumbling low. Flexen will pitch to contact quite a bit, pounds the zone when he's going right. That's why he was so upset about the 4 walks last week. Try another 2-strike pitch, and it's high out of the zone to Navigato at 91. 4-seam fastball, cutter, change-up in the curveball. The main offerings for Chris Flexen, mainly the 4-seamer and the cutter. About 4 miles an hour difference as he comes home 2-2 and misses up and in ball 3. So from 0-2 to 3-2 now. Flexen has missed with 3 straight as Toledo tries to earn their first base runner of the day. Down by 6, payoff pitch. Fouled back. Navigado had a good swing on it. They went 1-2 in the opening weekend of the year. Then went just 1-5 in Round Rock. There's a fastball down the middle called strike 3. Navigado goes down looking, and that's the first strikeout of the day for Chris Flexen. The Renewal by Anderson Strikeout Cancer Campaign benefiting the American Cancer Society is back. For every strikeout recorded by an Iowa Cubs pitcher throughout the 2025 season, Renewal by Anderson will make a $5 contribution to the American Cancer Society. 1 out for Bly Madris, the left fielder. Batting left-handed, he takes a cutter over the outer half for strike 1. The American Cancer Society works to improve the lives of people with cancer and their families through advocacy, research, and patient support to ensure everyone has an opportunity to prevent, detect, treat, and survive cancer. There's a bender in the dirt from Flexen that evens the count 1-1 on Madris, who leads Toledo with 8 RBI, 226 with a home run. Now the entire field in shade. Flexen delivers, and Madris popped it up into the seats left side, and the count 1-2. On the way, that grand slam from Carlos Perez, another Walter Roofing rescue, rehab, rehome round tripper. Every 4-bagger the iCubs hit this year, Walter Roofing will donate $4 to rescue, rehab, rehome, a foster-based non-kill dog and animal shelter right here in Des Moines. 1-2. Madris waves over the top of a changeup, and Chris Flexen with back-to-back punch-outs here to open the second inning. 5 up and 5 down for the right-hander, as the catcher Eliezer Alfonso will dig in with a 182 average and 2 RBI. Walter Roofing, one of the premier roofing companies in the metro area, and they do it all in honor of their pit bull Walter. For more information on Walter Roofing and all the local nonprofits they support, visit walterbuilds.com. Flexen home to Alfonso, and he turned him out of the box, missing inside ball 1. Nearly 3 infielders on the right side against Alfonso. Slightly open stance, Flexen to the plate, and it's in there at the knees. Gets him even 1-1. And Flexen pitched well last year, although his record doesn't show it. He bounced one in the dirt. 2-1 on Alfonso, and part of that was being part of the White Sox last year, a team that just didn't win any games. He had an ERA under 5, but went 3-15 in 33 games, 30 starts on the south side of Chicago. Home to Alfonso, and a ball lined softly over the mound on one hop. The shortstop Cowles is there near the second base bag, and he sends it across the way for out number 3. Chris Flexen dealing early on a Tuesday night, 6-0. The iCubs on top on Hope 940.
The diamond shine brighter with Morrissey fine jewelry.
Sometimes you hear people talk about going out of their way to help you. Well, I'm Vince Morrissey from Morrissey Fine Jewelry, and I like to make one thing very clear. Helping you is never out of our way at Morrissey's. It's just the way we do business. We'll do whatever it takes to take care of you. Stop in and see us. Morrissey Fine Jewelry, 235 5th Street in Valley Junction, West Des Moines.
Get ready for 2 nights of live music at Principal Park. Join us Friday, May 23rd for a rock show featuring the Pork Tornadoes, Damon Dotson, and Punching Pandas. Then on Saturday, May 24th, country star Craig Campbell takes the stage with Jordan Beam and Brad Morgan. Both shows start at 6 p.m. with gates opening at 5. General admission is just $15 per night or $25 for both. Upgrade to a hospitality package or go all in with a Bud Club table for the ultimate concert experience. Get your tickets now at iowacubs.com.
Whether it's a Friday night or the 4th of July celebration, Iowa Cubs fans truly love the great fireworks shows at Principal Park each and every season. J&M Displays is a longtime provider of all Iowa Cubs fireworks shows. J&M Displays is ready to help with any event or celebration you have in mind. Their experienced team of expert pyrotechnicians are creative and highly trained to make your event one that will never be forgotten for fireworks and special effects. Call on J&M Displays, one of the largest suppliers in the Midwest. Go to jnmdisplays.com for more information.
Hope 940 is your home for Iowa Cubs baseball all summer long.
Third inning underway. The I-Cubs have scored in each of the first two. They lead 6-0 as James Triatos takes the first pitch of the inning from Lyle Lockhart upstairs for ball one. Triatos singled and came around to score back in the first. Stolen base, his fourth of the year in that journey as well. A 1-0 pitch over the backdoor on a slider for a strike, and it's now 1-1. They play him to pull on the left side. Triantos very effective toward right, though. 1-1 breaking ball off the plate away. And again, it's been a battle for Lyle Lockhart today. More balls than strikes. 52 pitches in. Hitters count. Triantos takes outside. Even more of a hitter's count now. 3 balls and 1 strike. 6-0. The Iowa Cubs lead in the top of the third inning, game 1 of the series. Timeout used by Triantos. He'll adjust the batting gloves. He's got the cold weather hood on underneath the jersey around his neck. Not pulled up over his mouth like some of his teammates. He waits for the 3-1. Here it is. Swinging away. Ground ball foul. Wide of third. Backhanded by Lee. Will flip it to manager of the I-Cubs, Marty Peavy. He'll walk it over toward the net and hand it to a fan in the front row. There will certainly be better days for baseball here at Toledo this year for the Iowa Cubs as well. Payoff pitch to open the inning. Triantos, a late swing, shoots it foul down near the camera well at the end of the Iowa Cubs dugout. It ricochets back into shallow right field, and Riley Unroe will jog out there to pick it up. They do have a ball boy down each line, sitting at the end of the bullpen, a la San Francisco. Probably a tough job on a day like today. He's down there alone in the bullpen. The relievers are near the heater in the dugout. Another 3-2 pitch. Triantos swinging away, popped it up. That'll spin out toward the right side, upper deck. And it remains 3-2. Lockhart trying to retire the leadoff hitter for the first time in an inning. Third straight 3-2 pitch. Triantos a big chopper to first. David Hensley has it, and the 6'5" first baseman jogs to the base, taking it himself, 3 unassisted for the first out. Yeah, that's the first time that Lyle Lockhart has retired the leadoff man. He hit Christian Franklin with a pitch in the first inning, and then he walked Chase Strumpf in the second. Both of those guys scored. Another guy who drew a walk, Kevin Alcantara at the plate. And the first pitch to the outfielder. Big breaking ball. Hits the bottom of the zone. Alcantara right to the helmet to challenge. He thinks it's low. Look up to the big video board above the left field wall, and we'll find out if Kevin is right. And he was. It was low, so the I-Cubs win their first challenge of the game. And that was out of the zone by 0.4 of an inch. So still 2 challenges remain for the I-Cubs. 1 for Toledo. 1-0 to Alcantara. Another breaking ball, and again, it's low. That one missed in the same spot. All-plate umpire Jonathan Parra had to be thinking, oh, the first one was a ball, so is that one. And it's a hitter's count for the dangerous Alcantara. The 2-0 pitch. Big swing and a miss. A home run cut came up empty. 82 miles an hour under his bat. Two and one, lefty out of the windup. Big bouncer to short off the bat of Alcantara. Nick Dunn has it and throws him out. Two ground outs here to begin the third. Two away for Carlos Perez, who hit the grand slam, the first since June of last year. First inning. Perez with his first 4 RBI of the season. Iowa Cubs runs brought to you by Mid-American Energy, who wants you to be safe at home too. The long look in by Lockhart of the pitch. Perez staring at strike one. Be sure to check out MidAmericanEnergy.com for tips on how you can be safe in your home when it comes to electricity, natural gas, digging on your property, and more. Be safe at home with Mid-American Energy. 0-1 to Perez. Outside, pulling the catcher Alfonso out of his crouch. Ball one and strike one now. Lockhart over 60 pitches here in the third inning. May get through 4, but that feels like the limit today. He kicks and delivers. Swing and a miss. Good changeup. And Perez sort of flailing at it that time. As the count moves to 1-2. 2 outs in the third. 6-0 Iowa Cubs. Bases clear. Perez, the 34-year-old veteran, waits for the 1-2 pitch and took another changeup in the dirt this time. As Lockhart doubled up on it. And it's 2 balls and 2 strikes. Iowa will be back here in Toledo in exactly 1 month. They open May here in Toledo as well. Break-even pitch. It's outside. A fastball that time. And Perez has worked a full count. Another deep at bat for the Iowa Cubs against this left-hander Lyle Lockhart. Get a good look at the bullpen today, it seems. 3-2 with 2 outs. Perez just barely got a piece. That was his splitter that time. 81 miles per hour. Been mixing the splitter in a little bit here the second time through the lineup. Sharp downward movement away from a right-handed hitter. See what he goes with here. 3-2 again on the way, and he struck him out with a breaking ball. That went down below the knees. Perez unable to lay off, and for the first time today, Lockhart with a 1-2-3 inning. He has 2 strikeouts, but it's been all iCubs so far. They're on top 6-0 after 2.5 on the iCubs radio network.
Furniture Options has been specializing in furnishing apartments since 1985. They're proud to provide people in transition with quality rental furnishings, impeccable service, and affordable rates. Check out FurnitureOptions.com to find out more about their selection and flexible payment options. Their showroom is open weekdays from 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. Whether it's work or anything else that takes you into temporary housing, Furniture Options can help. Furniture Options, options for a changing environment.
Great news. 2025 Iowa Cubs season tickets are still available, and there's no better place to spend your summer than out at the ballpark. You'll get access to the best seats at the best price, free parking, invitation to member-only events, and so much more. Let's take your fandom to the next level and become a season ticket member today. Call 515-243-6111 or visit iowacubs.com to buy your tickets. We can't wait to see you at Principal Park.
Your premier Chevy dealers, proud to be presenting sponsors of the Iowa Cubs Kids Club and proud to be part of Team Chevy, the #1 selling brand in Iowa for the past 10 years. Thanks to a talented roster that includes versatile SUVs like Equinox and dependable trucks like Silverado. Visit moreiowans.drivechevy.com today to find exciting offers and a dealer near you based on IHS Market CYE 2010 to 2020 new vehicle retail registrations in the state of Iowa.
I'm Owen Casey, and you're listening to Iowa Cubs Baseball on Hope 940.
David Hensley, the first baseman for Toledo, leads off in the bottom of the third. This is the bottom third of the lineup for the Mud Hens against Chris Flexen. 0-45 with an RBI for Hensley. 1 for 22 on the year. The right-hander takes a strike called, and he didn't like it, thought it was outside. Spins around out of the box, shaking his head a little bit. They play Hensley straight up. Flexen tries a cutter, and it shoots down and off the outside corner this time. 1-1. The fastball and the cutter. His main pitches against a right-handed batter. Mixing a curveball and a slider as well. 1-1 here. Back to the four-seam fastball, and that's up and away. And 2-1 on Hensley, who came up with the Houston Astros. That's where he made his big league debut. Then with the Marlins and now Detroit for the first time this year. 2-1 from Flexen up and in. And Flexen reacted to that one, very disappointed with himself. Not happy with where that pitch ended up. He doesn't like missing the zone. So he comes home 3-1, and a fastball out over the plate is skied into right. Christian Franklin is there, easing toward the foul line to make the catch high overhead. On the first down, and Hensley off to a 1 for 23 start now. As he makes way for Jack Dunn, the shortstop. Dunn at 208 with an RBI. There are guys at the top of the order for Toledo who are off to pretty good starts, but by and large, they have struggled. Flexen hands together, glove under his chin, fires. And a breaking ball almost hit Jack Dunn, who pulled his left elbow in and got out of the way of ball one. One-0 now. Fouled right back into the screen. Dunn had a good swing at it. Talking about the temperatures here in Toledo, the parent club Detroit moved their game up this afternoon because of wind chill factors tonight. Was supposed to be a night game. The 1-1 pitch, 6 a little bit low. Tried to put it right at the knees and nearly did. Flexen rocking back and forth, left foot in front of the right, gets right back on the hill and comes home again. Dunn takes downstairs. Like a slider that time, just below the knees, and it's 3-1 on a second straight hitter. Got Hensley to fly out on a 3-1 pitch. 3-1 to Dunn. Caught the top of the zone. Dunn didn't like it, and he's going to challenge, thinking it was high. Dugout didn't like it either. If he doesn't get this right, they'll be out of challenges for the rest of the game. But he did get it right. It was high, and that's ball four. So the first walk for Flexen. Dunn right away turned around. And when you've already used one challenge and you go that quickly, I had a feeling he knew it was high. So first base runner today for the Toledo Mudhens, down 6-0 in the third. And Riley Unroe, the right fielder, will step in. 1 for 6. His one hit is a 3-run home run. For the first by Flexen, and Dunn dives back. Not a close play there either. Dunn has stolen one base in his only attempt this year. I don't think this is a spot he would like to run. Showing bunt and putting it down is Unroe toward third, picked up by the charging Chase Strumpf, and he'll hold on to the baseball. A bunt single. That's the first hit allowed by Chris Flexen, and all of a sudden there are 2 on for Toledo with 2 outs for Jahmai Jones. Pardon me, with 1 out for Jahmai Jones. So the walk followed by a bunt base hit, and Toledo trying to play small ball here to get back into the ballgame. Third inning, down 6. Jahmai Jones, the leadoff hitter, steps in. Jones popped out to second on the first pitch of the game. The initial offering here is sinking low. A cutter out of the zone from Flexen. As you talk about top prospects for the Tigers, there aren't a ton on this roster. As Jones swings away 1-0 and lofts it foul out of the ballpark toward right. You have your 2 and 3 hitters in Hao-Yu Lee and Jace Young. They're number 8 and number 7 on the top 30, according to MLB Pipeline, respectively. You got Tyler Madison down there at 25, a left-handed pitcher. Flexen fires in the dirt, ball 2. But other than that, there are some veterans on their roster like Jahmai Jones, Ben Gamble, who's not in the lineup today. Brewer Hicklin was called up to the big leagues prior to this game. 2-1 from Flexen. Lined on a hop to short. Glove there by Cowles. Flips to second for 1, on to first too late. Well, Cowles grabbed it on a hot shot on one hop and sort of caught it on the end of the webbing of his glove and bobbled it for a second. And then, despite being hit very hard, didn't give him time to turn 2. He didn't quite have it cleanly and then had to backhand it about 10 feet to Triantos. And so it's a 6-4 put out for the second out, and now it's done at third, Jones at first, and Hao-Yu Lee with 2 outs and men on the corners. 6-0, the I-Cubs flex into the plate out of the stretch, misses up and in, and Lee ducks out of the way. Lee hitting under 200 here in the early portion of the season. Too early to draw many conclusions about that. Here comes Flexen again. A ball off the end of the bat, line to center. Alcantara going back on it, runs it down. He got a good jump in, got back there in a hurry as Lee gave it a pretty good ride to center. But Alcantara takes care of it, and the third inning is complete. No runs, the first hit of the game for Toledo. Also their first couple of base runners, but they strand 2. And we're on to the 4th, 6-0. The Iowa Cubs in control early here at Fifth Third Field on Hope 940.
Musco Sports Lighting is a proud sponsor of the Iowa Cubs. Since 1976, Musco has called Iowa home while creating the most innovative sports lighting solutions in the world. Musco's LED system improves visibility and creates light shows to celebrate everything from a home run to another iCubs win. From Principal Park to community fields to the biggest stadiums in the world, Musco creates a better experience for players and fans. Learn more at musco.com.
A 10-game flex pack is the perfect way to experience all of the fun of an Iowa Cubs game at Principal Park while not being tied to a set of dates. Create a customized experience just for you. Use all 10 tickets for one game or mix and match them over multiple visits. The choice is yours. Flex Pack tickets are good for any game all season long. Visit iowacubs.com to get yours today.
There's so much to do in downtown Des Moines. Why waste your time commuting when you come to visit? The Hampton Inn downtown sits right next to the Des Moines River at 120 Water Street and just 2 blocks north of Principal Park, 2 blocks south of Fort Avenue Entertainment District, and a short walk from the East Village. Stay at a great room with free Wi-Fi and breakfast during your stay. Don't sit on the sidelines. Call 515-244-1650 to book a room at the Hampton Inn downtown and be part of the action in downtown Des Moines.
I'm Darius Hill, and you're listening to Iowa Cubs Baseball on Hope 940.
8-9-1 due up for the I-Cubs. Lyle Lockhart has battled his way into a 4th inning of work. He's given up 6 runs so far. Allen rolled to third his first time up. And at bat number 2 begins with a swing and a miss. The infield deep and straight up for Toledo. It's the speedy veteran Greg Allen, who takes a breaking ball in the left-hand batter's box, well outside, and it's even a ball to strike. There is a right-hander up in the bullpen once again for Toledo. He was up back in the first inning as well. Lockhart on the game mound with a 1-1 pitch, tapped off the end of the bat, left side of the infield. Lockhart picks it up, spins, and throws to first in time. Allen out by half a step on a really nice play by Lyle Lockhart. Allen just soft contact there, rolled it out toward third, almost like a perfectly placed bunt. Lockhart barehanded, spun around, and got it to first just in time. Allen's left foot was about to land on the base when that was scooped by Hensley. Nice play. One out for Chase Strumpf. Walked his first time up and takes a little bit upstairs on the first pitch of this at bat. It's 1-0. Feels like the final inning for Lockhart. Over 70 pitches. 1-0 pitch, bounced toward third again, and this time foul right behind manager Marty Peavy and hooked up by the personal protector for the man warming up in the bullpen. That's his job after all. And whoever that is down there for Toledo did a good job that time. Bullpen's on the field here at Fifth Third Field. A 1-1 delivery. Check swing by Strumpf, and it's high and outside. Strumpf slowly rocks the bat over his back shoulder. 2-1. Sinks into the dirt. Tried to sinker that time. 3 balls and a strike on Strumpf. Trying to get on base for the top of the order after his walk in the second inning. He came around to score on the double by Jonathan Long. In the driver's seat here, Lockhart home. And this is skied to center. Strumpf just got underneath it. Jones and Unroe come together, and it's the center fielder, Jahmai Jones, who made the catch. As they almost ran into one another out there and give each other a pat on the backside, sharing a laugh. If you catch it, you can do that. If the ball drops, there's a little bit more frustration going into that play. 2 gone for Christian Franklin. 0 for 1. He's been hit by a pitch and scored a run. Lockhart trying to get through 4 to save the bullpen a little bit here in game 1. And he spins one just low around the outside corner. Ball 1 to Franklin. Again, his college teammate for a year at Arkansas. Glove above the head. The kick and the pitch. That's high to Franklin again. 2-0. Coming back with the 2-0 pitch. Try to slide her to the outer part of the plate, and that's outside. 3 balls and no strikes. Walks were an issue in the first 2 innings. Lockhart walked 3. Since that point, he's retired 6 in a row. 3-0 pitch to Franklin, though. Turned on and driven. A high fly ball, deep left field. Madris chasing it back into the corner, and it's foul. Home run distance for Christian Franklin, but that hit up on the concourse about 4 feet left of the foul pole. As he was thinking about home run number 1 this season. Still a favorable count for Christian. Lockhart attacks. And a fastball clubbed in the air deep to left. And that is a no-doubter, the first home run of the year for Christian Franklin. He just missed one on the pitch prior, and this time he deposits it over the left field wall. 7-0. The I-Cubs lead by a touchdown. It has been batting practice early on in this game for the Iowa Cubs. Christian Franklin with a drive. And that's going to be all on another Walter Roofing Rescue Rehab Rehome round tripper for Lyle Lockhart, the starter. This is the Plumbers and Steam Fitters pitching change in today's business climate. You need partners that you can trust and that care about you and your company as well as your customers. Partners like Plumbers and Steam Fitters, Local Union number 33. Local Union number 33 finds the right people, trains them well, and supplies them with a reliable workforce. For more information, log on to ualocal33.org. Plumbers and Steam Fitters, proud sponsor of pitching changes on the Iowa Cubs radio network, proud partner of the Iowa Cubs. To the bullpen go the Mudhens after a Franklin home run. It's 7-0 in favor of the good guys on the iCubs broadcast network.
Best tailgate? It's got to be burgers and an ice cold Coke.
Real football y pollo asado.
Hoops and wings. Dude, subs.
Nah, hot dog.
No, Dodger dog.
I'll drink to that. Pass me a Coke. It's gotta be crawfish.
Mac and cheese.
No. 7-layer dip. Ribs.
No contest.
Hummus.
What?
You need a hot grill and an ice cold Coke.
Of course.
Football and Coke. Come on.
It's got to be Coke.
Game day? Race day.
Calls for Coke. You know it.
It's Tailgate 101.
TMG Management offers exceptional apartment living at multiple great locations around Des Moines. Whether it's Civic Center downtown, Old Main Apartments near Drake University, or Crown Point and Westbrook Apartments in West Des Moines, you'll find a great apartment with a tranquil, residential atmosphere to come home to. All of their properties offer superior and professional on-site management and energy-efficient apartment homes built with your needs in mind. Let TMG Management help you round third and head home at one of their great properties. Find out more at www.tmgmanagement.com.
I'm Connor Nolan, and you're listening to Iowa Cubs Baseball on Hope 940.
New pitcher is Ryan Miller for the Toledo Mudhens. Christian Franklin's first home run of the year a moment ago. Drove in his fourth run and made it 7-0. 7 runs for Lyle Lockhart in 3 2/3 innings. Moises Ballesteros will greet Ryan Miller. He swings away the first pitch and pops it up in the air behind home plate. And it'll be 0-1 on Ballesteros. Ballesteros 1 for 2 with a base hit his first time around. What a start here for the Iowa Cubs in Toledo this week. Miller to the plate. Yeah, that's down and in. A fastball just missing. Miller, 30 years old, from Sarasota, Florida. Works out of the stretch. The 1-1 to Ballesteros, ripped down the right field line. That'll be extra bases all the way to the outfield wall. Monroe picks it up after it bounces off the base of that wall, but Ballesteros is into second with a double. Another extra base hit for the Iowa Cubs. That's their fourth of the game, 2 doubles and 2 home runs. Ballesteros promptly into scoring position for Jonathan Long, who had the other double earlier that drove in a run. The iCubs trying to pour it on a little bit here on Tuesday night. Miller deals. Long off the end of the bat, got out in front and flared it foul toward right field. For Ballesteros, his second double of the year. Ryan Miller into the game for the 4th time this season. 4 scoreless innings so far with 5 strikeouts and 3 walks in those 4 innings of work. This pitch darts down and away, 85 miles per hour. As he took a little bit off, and it's 1-1. 2 outs in the top of the 4th, 7-0. The iCubs in front. Miller deals. Long with a fly ball to deep center field. Jones turning around and running, turning around now and watching that ball sail out of here to dead center. Jonathan Long goes deep, the second home run of the inning. And the Iowa Cubs have a 9-0 advantage here in the 4th. Jonathan Long with 3 RBI here in game 1 of the series, his first home run of the season. And that's another Walter Roofing Rescue Rehab Rehome round tripper. 418 feet for Jonathan Long on that blast to dead center field. And now Ben Cowles against Ryan Miller, who shoots a slider toward the outside corner, but it drops away for ball 1. That's 3 straight extra base hits, 2 home runs and a double with 2 outs in this inning. Began against Lyle Lockhart and has continued against Ryan Miller, who gets a swing and miss from Ben Cowles here in the count 1-1. Cowles trying to get in on the party. He's walked and struck out so far. Next pitch. Cowles, hard ground ball, left side to the shortstop Dunn. It moves a step to his right, throws off target to first, but Hensley kept his spikes on the base. That's where that 6'5" frame comes in handy and corrals it for the final out of the inning. The I-Cubs had 3 more on 3 hits. No errors, and they leave nobody. And through 3.5 innings, the Iowa Cubs have a 9-0 lead here in Toledo. Jonathan Long, Christian Franklin, Carlos Perez have all gone deep on the iCubs broadcast network.
Want a burger that jumps out at you? Then Zombie Burger and Drink Lab is the place to go. Zombie Burger is the home of the famous gourmet bashed burger, a custom 3-cut beef blend that's smashed on the grill for a crispy edge that seals in the flavor. There are more than 25 signature burgers and sandwiches are topped with everything: guacamole, cheese curds, you name it. Zombie Burger has it. Remember, any burger can be ordered with a vegetarian or vegan patty. Need your zombie fast? Order online at zombieburgerdm.com or visit Zombie Burger in downtown Des Moines, just blocks from Principal Park and Jordan Creek Mall. Zombie Burger, it's a no-brainer.
Escape to paradise at Principal Park for Margaritaville night on Friday, June 14th. Enjoy a night of island vibes with a live performance by Banana Wind, a Hawaiian t-shirt giveaway to the first 1,000 fans, and the ultimate feast, a cheeseburger and margarita special. Kick back, soak up the summer fun, and enjoy baseball with a tropical twist. Get your tickets now at iowacubs.com.
Looking for the perfect home? Artisan Management Group has you covered at Cityville on 9th, the Iowa Cubs home away from home. With a resort-style pool, state-of-the-art fitness center, and an expansive dog park, they've got all the bases covered. Choose a studio, 1, 2, or 3-bedroom apartments, all just a home run distance from Principal Park. Find your perfect place at cityvilleon9th.com or explore all their communities at artisanmanagementgroup.com. Cityville on 9th. Live well, live artisan.
I'm James Triantos, and you're listening to Iowa Cubs Baseball on Hope 940.
There's Jace Young against Chris Flexen begin the home half of the 4th. It is 9-0. The Iowa Cubs on top. Chris Flexen home with a big bender, and it tumbles in as it has so many times tonight for strike 1. 5 in the first, 3 in the 4th. 1 in the second for the Iowa Cubs today. Flexen tried the fastball this time and missed. Everything coming up Iowa so far tonight. Jace Young reached on, or pardon me, flied to left his first time up. And this time he cannot hold back on the curveball from Chris Flexen. A big, wild swing and a miss, and it's 1-2. Swinging away Young, shoots it foul to the left side, a little bit late on the Flexen fastball. Stays the ball 2 strikes. Young, the top prospect on the roster here early in the year for Toledo. Hit 121 in spring training this year, over 14 games. Flexen fires. This ball crushed in the air, right field and deep. Franklin running back, still running back. He'll turn around and watch that hit off the mid part of the right field wall. Throw comes into second, but already standing there with a double is Jace Young. He just missed a home run with a monster shot into right field. Young went down to get it, sort of an uppercut swing. That ball had some carry on it to right field. The ball certainly traveling well tonight, despite the cool temperatures here in Toledo. Andrew Navigato, the batter, struck out looking his first time up. And the pitch is off the outside corner, ball 1. Second at bat tonight with somebody in scoring position for the Toledo Mudhens. That double for Young was his 3rd of the season. And now pointing toward the dugout, there's a ball on the field. And the bat boy will come out of the iCubs dugout and grab it. Jonathan Parr, the home plate umpire, saw that, wasn't going to let play continue with that ball on the field. Probably a good idea. We saw 2 balls on the field in Indianapolis on Sunday. 1-0 to Navigato outside. Flexen now behind 2 balls and no strikes. Comfortable spot here for Chris Flexen. A 9-0 lead in the 4th inning, and he's thrown the ball well tonight. 2-0 pitch. Foul back into the top of the net behind home plate. and it's now 2-1. Navigado had a great spring training. 30 at-bats. He hit .433. Last year here in Toledo, he hit .271 with 21 long balls. To him from Flexen. He goes down to get a breaking ball and hits a high fly ball to shallow center. Alcantara underneath it makes the catch, and there will not be a tag here as they will not test the arm of the Jaguar out there in center field. What a way for Bly Madriz. Left fielder struck out swinging his first time up. Madriz, 29-year-old veteran. Split his time last year between the big leagues and Toledo. 21 games in Detroit. 108 here in Toledo. And on second, 1 out, the pitch. And it's taken strike one call. Madriz's MLB debut came with Pittsburgh against the Cubs back in June of 2022. He went 3 for 4 that day. The 0-1, a check swing and a changeup. Did he go? Yes, he did on appeal, says third base umpire Joe McCarthy. So it's quickly 0-2 on Madriz. He's been with Houston, Tampa Bay, Detroit, Pittsburgh. Juan Madriz. He was with Durham in 2022 while in the Rays organization. He won the Bobby Mercer AAA Championship MVP when the Bulls brought home the title. 0-2 upstairs, and he laid off ball 1. Former 9th round pick by Pittsburgh. Small school, Colorado Mesa. Flexed a couple of looks at second. He now comes home and tried a changeup, but it tumbles low. So Madriz has worked it even. Native of Las Vegas, Nevada. The iCubs will head there in August for a road series. Break-even pitch. Madriz hits it in the air toward left. Long run for Greg Allen toward the corner, makes the catch. Young was halfway to third. He scampers back to second. And we'll get there without a throw. Nice catch by Greg Allen for the second out of the inning. And that's your catch of the game, sponsored by Catch Des Moines. Things aren't so hush-hush in Des Moines, where only the S's are silent. Plan your weekend to discover the best of the Midwest at CatchDesMoines.com. 2 gone in a 9-0 game here in the Toledo half of inning number 4. Eliezer Alfonso, the catcher, steps in and pulls his head and foot out of the box on a swing and miss over the changeup from Cliff Flexen, who gets on top 0-1. Comes right back out of the stretch, and the ball lines softly up the middle, and the shortstop, Cowles, is there. Just barely had to leave his feet, snatched it out of the air up above his head, and the inning is over. Still a 0 on the board for Toledo. Chris Flexen works around a leadoff double in the 4th. And we'll head to the 5th. 9-0 Iowa over Toledo in Game 1 of this road series on the iCubs Broadcast Network.
Whether it's a Friday night or the 4th of July celebration, Iowa Cubs fans truly love the great fireworks shows at Principal Park each and every season. J&M Displays is a longtime provider of all Iowa Cubs fireworks shows. J&M Displays is ready to help with any event or celebration you have in mind. Their experienced team of expert pyrotechnicians are creative and highly trained to make your event one that will never be forgotten for fireworks and special effects. Call on J&M Displays, one of the largest suppliers in the Midwest. Go to jnmdisplays.com for more information.
Get ready for 2 nights of live music at Principal Park. Join us Friday, May 23rd for a rock show featuring the Pork Tornadoes, Damon Dotson, and Punching Pandas. Then on Saturday, May 24th, country star Craig Campbell takes the stage with Jordan Beam and Brad Morgan. Both shows start at 6 p.m. with gates opening at 5. General admission is just $15 per night or $25 for both. Upgrade to a hospitality package or go all in with the Bud Club table for the ultimate concert experience. Get your tickets now at iowacubs.com.
Cubs fans, it's time to bring down the house with Extreme, powered by Mediacom. With internet speeds up to an amazing 1 gig and supercharged whole home Wi-Fi. You'll turn your house into the hottest hotspot on the block. Play with no limits. Stream with no worries. Speed into a new dimension of power and reliability. And get ready to feel extreme. Powered by Mediacom.
I'm Benjamin Cowles, and you're listening to Iowa Cubs Baseball on Hope 940.
Plenty of offense for the Iowa Cubs tonight in Toledo. They lead 9-0 as the fifth inning gets underway. And James Triantos looking at a first pitch out of the zone from Ryan Miller for ball one. Miller out of the stretch, fires, and a changeup lined into left field over the head of the leaping shortstop Dunn. A base hit for James, his second of the game. And the Iowa Cubs have another base hit. It's their eighth of the game. And brings Kevin Alcantara to the dish. They had 3 hits in the first inning, 1 in the second. They went down in order in the third, and then 3 more hits in the fourth. And another one here in inning number 5. Kevin Alcantara 0 for 1 with a walk. Miller from the stretch. And a fastball floated in the air, shallow center field. Young giving chase. It's over his head and down for a base hit. Triantos races into second in front of a quick throw from Unroe, the outfielder. And Alcantara is in on the party. The 9th hit of the ball game for the I-Cubs. And there are 2 on with nobody out here in the 5th inning. For Carlos Perez, who had the grand slam earlier today. That ball not hit hard at all by Alcantara, but he'll take the end result. Two on, nobody out. Miller to the plate, and he caught the bottom of the zone. Strike one at 95 miles per hour here to Carlos Perez. First 4 RBI of the year on that grand slam earlier. Still only in the 5th. Nobody out, in fact. 2 on the pitch. Swinging a foul as Perez just got the top of the baseball there with the bottom of the bat, and it rolls toward the on-deck circle, vacant on the Toledo side of home plate. Ryan Miller, a slider, a sinker, a changeup, and a sweeper. Rarely throws the fastball. And when he does, it's that sinker. Everything has some movement from the righty, the 0-2 now. Perez swings and misses. That was the sweeping slider, and the first strikeout for Ryan Miller is good for the first out of the 5th inning. 1 gone, 2 on still for Greg Allen, the 8-hitter. Miller last year was with the Angels. 13 innings in the big leagues at a 4.15 ERA. Also spent some time at AAA Salt Lake. He's to the plate, and a late swing by Allen begets a fly ball down the left field line, twisting foul. Former 6th round pick of Arizona is Ryan Miller, that went to the Yankees, then Boston in a Rule 5 pick, and then Los Angeles in the Rule 5 draft again. 0-1, crush, deep right field. Has Greg Allen joined the party? Yes, he has. A 3-run blast for Greg Allen. It's his first of the year. And in the 5th inning, the Iowa Cubs have a 12-spot hung on Toledo. No, they are not showing any signs of slowing down whatsoever tonight. The Iowa Cubs have brought their big bats here to Fifth Third Field. Wow, Greg Allen with a blast. A no-doubter to right from Greg Allen. Now the 9-hitter Chase Strumpf. First pitch, swing and a miss. Another Walter Roofing rescue, rehab, rehome, round tripper. Nobody happier about this than Walter Roofing. Strumpf takes another strike at the knees. It's 0-2. Number 9 hitter today is 0 for 1. He and Ben Cowles, the only two in the lineup without a hit so far tonight for the Iowa Cubs. Never want to be the guy without a hit when the whole offense is humming. 2-strike delivery, swing and a miss, and Strumpf is down on 3 pitches. Miller has his second strikeout of the game. And all of these RBI brought to you by SystemWorks. Every run this year will benefit the Reading Buddies initiative at CFA. For every iCubs RBI, a $5 contribution from SystemWorks to CFUM's Reading Buddies program. CFUM, the acronym pronounced CFUM, stands for Children and Family Urban Movement, as Christian Franklin takes a strike. CFUM Reading Buddies program helps ensure Des Moines Northside grade school kids who are in need and struggling with literacy will have academic success. Franklin checks his swing, this time on a slider, and it's outside 1-1. That's $55 donated by SystemWorks tonight. One of those runs came on an error, so no RBI there. But 11 is not bad. Breaking ball in the dirt. And now 2-1 on Franklin, who is 1 for 2 with a home run. His first of the year. Greg Allen hit his first of the year. Carlos Perez has his first home run of the year, and so does Jonathan Long. So everybody who has hit a home run, it was their first. Miller trying to get out of the inning, and he misses low to Franklin. 3 balls and a strike. These are the kind of games that happen throughout a baseball season that if you're the team getting pummeled, you just can't wait for it to end. Move on to tomorrow. Hitters count for Franklin. Look out here. 3-1 pitch. Swing and a miss. Good biting cutter off the outside corner, and Franklin came up empty. This has been out of control for the Iowa Cubs. Their offense, a well-oiled machine tonight. From the belt, 3-2 pitch. Franklin skies it to right. This one not all that deep. Unroe does move back, but has plenty of room, and he makes the catch to end the inning. However, 3 more runs for the iCubs, 3 more hits, one of them a home run, and nobody left on base. They are up a dozen at the halfway point of tonight's ball game. 12-0 Iowa here in Toledo on the iCubs Broadcast Network.
Great news. 2025 Iowa Cubs season tickets are still available, and there's no better place to spend your summer than out at the ballpark. You'll get access to the best seats at the best price, free parking, invitation to member-only events, and so much more. Let's take your fandom to the next level and become a season ticket member today. Call 515-243-6111 or visit iowacubs.com to buy your tickets. We can't wait to see you at Principal Park.
Musco Sports Lighting is a proud sponsor of the Iowa Cubs. Since 1976, Musco has called Iowa home while creating the most innovative sports lighting solutions in the world. Musco's LED system improves visibility and creates light shows to celebrate everything from a home run to another iCubs win. From Principal Park to community fields to the biggest stadiums in the world, Musco creates a better experience for players and fans. Learn more at musco.com.
A 10-game flex pack is the perfect way to experience all of the fun of an Iowa Cubs game at Principal Park while not being tied to a set of dates. Create a customized experience just for you. Use all 10 tickets for one game or mix and match them over multiple visits. The choice is yours. Flex pack tickets are good for any game all season long. Visit iowacubs.com to get yours today.
KPSZ Des Moines, Hope 940, your local click, visit, call, and search media company. We are Des Moines Media Group.
Chris Flexen just keeps coming back out to the mound with more run support. It's 12-0 as he begins the bottom of the fifth and gives up a first pitch line drive single in the right field to David Hensley, who was in need of a base hit. That was his second knock in 24 at-bats this season. And he's on to lead off the fifth for Jack Dunn, who walked in his first at-bat. That was just the second hit for the Toledo Mudhens. Their really only threat today, well, they've had two, the last two innings. They've come up empty each time as Allen swings away and lines one foul toward right, twisting toward the foul pole and out of play. They had runners on the corners with 2 outs in the third, and then a man on second, nobody out in the fourth. Flexen worked out of each situation. And Chris, still at 59 pitches, comes home with a 60th. The ground ball chopped to third. Strumpf has it backpedaling, goes to second for one, on to first, and it's too late. But a nice job by Strumpf over at the hot corner, despite a slow ground ball, to get it out at second there on the force. Keeps a man out of scoring position with one away and brings Riley Unroe to the plate. The number 9 hitter who bunted for a base hit. That was their only hit in the game for a long time. They now have 3 hits. They were a little slow putting it up there on the video board on Hensley's knock. It was actually their third of the game as a Flexen curveball misses off the outside corner. Flexen out of the stretch. Hasn't been in the stretch much. He comes home, big swing and a miss on a heater toward the top of the zone that got by Unroe. Bullpen still quiet. Flexen would love to get a ground ball here, maybe come back out for the 6th inning. A couple of outs here would qualify him for the win. 1-1 pitch, swing and a miss. Good changeup, darting out of the zone, and Unroe unable to lay off. On a day as cold as this one, when you fall behind in a big way like Toledo has, it's tough to stay focused. You look at the home runs hit by the CUBS tonight. 101 off the bat from Perez, 111 by Franklin, 107 by Jonathan Long, 102 by Greg Allen. 1-2 pitch, Unroe the other way, in the air toward left. Greg Allen is there. A routine fly ball. 2 are gone here in the home fifth. And that takes us back to the top of the lineup, and Jahmai Jones 0 for 2. Jones has popped out and reached out a fielder's choice ground ball, avoiding a double play. Flexen in command all night long, even without the run support. Swing and a miss on the first pitch. Jones with a big cut of the fastball. Came up empty. Shortly to first, and the pitch sinking low. Even a ball and a strike on Jones. Jahmai Jones, 27 years old now, was with the Yankees last year, split between the big league club and Scranton Wilkes-Barre. He had 304 in AAA. 1 strike pitch. He taps the ball foul toward the on-deck circle, where it's knocked down by the bat of the guy who's waiting to hit next, Hyu Lee. Been a wild journey for Jahmai Jones since being drafted out of high school back in 2010. New York, Seattle, Milwaukee, Cleveland, Tampa Bay, New York, the Mets, back to the Yankees, Houston, and now Detroit. There's a fastball creeping up under his hands. Ball 2 and strike 2 with 2 outs. The bottom of the fifth, 12-0. The Iowa Cubs on top. A little bit of a conversation here between Chris Flexen and the home plate umpire. They nod at one another. Runner will move from first here. Dunn takes off. 3-2 pitch, way upstairs. And it was actually 2-2, so now it's 3-2. And Dunn took a couple of steps and then retreated back to first. So they had the count right on the field. That's what Flexen and Parra were talking about. And now this will be the action pitch, no hold over at first from Carlos Perez, who backs away. The runner goes at the 3-2 pitch, check swing, and he did not go on appeal. It's ball 4. The second walk issued by Chris Flexen tonight. This one comes with 2 outs in the 5th inning and brings Hayu Lee to the plate. He has flied out twice, once to right field and once to center field for the Toledo Mud Hens tonight. Runners at first and second. Flexen comes home and tried an off-speed pitch, and it darts low and outside. A cutter for ball 1. Heck of a ball game here to start a week in Toledo for the Iowa Cubs. Flexen coming back, and he missed high again, ball 2. And quickly, Moises Ballesteros is going to call timeout and come out to chat with veteran right-hander, trying to make sure that Flexen is able to find the zone here, maybe wearing down a little bit, although it's certainly not hot. And he has been in command for most of the night. Not really a high-leverage pitch for him today. He first took the mound with a 5-0 lead at the bottom of the first. It's since grown to 6-0, then to 9-0, and now 12-0. But after a 2-out walk to Jones, it's 2-0 on Lee. With 2 men on base, the pitch. Right in there for a strike, bottom part of the inside corner, and a good pitch that time from Chris Flexen. Party as a pitcher would love to keep that 0 up there on the board. Here's the 2-1. That's high and tight. Ball 3. And Flexen with a look out toward right field. Again, showing some frustration with himself. Most dangerous hitter in the Toledo lineup is on deck, Jace Young. You'd love him to lead off in the 6th inning. Not bat with the bases loaded here in the 5th. 3-1 pitch. Lee drives it to center. Alcantara twisting around, going back. He'll find it and make the catch. And Chris Flexen still holds Toledo off the board through 5 innings. He's been walking the tightrope a bit in the last 3, but still no runs on the board for the Mud Hens. No runs of a hit, no errors, 2 men left. We go to the 6th, 12-0. The I-Cubs putting one on Toledo tonight on the I-Cubs Broadcast Network.
Make more memories together this summer. Whether you're celebrating a special occasion with friends and family, hosting clients, or treating your staff, take them to Principal Park for an unforgettable time. Groups of 25 or more qualify for reduced prices. Come eat, drink, and watch baseball as a group for as low as $7 per ticket. Visit iowacubs.com to book your outing and ask about adding on a unique group experience.
The Iowa Cubs and Central Iowa Mechanical are proud to pay tribute to our community's military, law enforcement, fire, and first responder service members all season long at Principal Park and our Salute to Service program. An active duty or veteran of military service, law enforcement, professional firefighter, or first responder will be recognized on the field before the game. To nominate your candidate to be honored in the field in the Iowa Cubs Central Iowa Mechanical Salute to Service program, visit iowacubs.com.
Escape to paradise at Principal Park for Margaritaville night on Friday, June 14th. Enjoy a night of island vibes with a live performance by Banana Wind, a Hawaiian t-shirt giveaway to the first 1,000 fans, and the ultimate feast, a cheeseburger and margarita special. Kick back, soak up the summer fun, and enjoy baseball with a tropical twist. Get your tickets now at iowacubs.com.
Now back to the ballpark for Iowa Cubs baseball on Hope 940.
Middle of the order again for the Iowa Cubs. Moises Ballesteros to lead off in the 6th. Still Ryan Miller out there, the second pitcher to throw today for Toledo. The score is 12-0. Ballesteros, the lefty, puts his hands in the air and takes strike 1 call. bats have been warm tonight despite the frigid temperatures here in Toledo. The 0-1 to Ballesteros jammed him, and he popped it up left side of the infield. Shortstop Dunn circles, calls off Lee, and makes the catch for the first out. Two infielders over there on the left side came close to one another, but they had it settled fairly quickly. Last year, the Iowa Cubs also scored 12 runs in a game one time. They gave up 18 in a defeat, but this is pretty impressive showing still early in the game. And Jonathan Long takes off the plate, ball one. He has a double and a home run today. 3 RBI for Jonathan Long. From the stretch again, Miller. Slider climbed the ladder and missed upstairs. Ball one. You keep talking about the talent on this roster and in the lineup specifically for the Iowa Cubs. And you're seeing that come to fruition tonight. Everybody in on the party. That's without Owen Casey in there. 1-0 pitch. He is dropping it for a strike to Long. Make that the 2-0 pitch. It's now 2-1. This is a dozen runs in 5 innings. As Long bats with the bases empty and 1 out of the 6. And the pitch is down and off the outside corner, ball 3. They scored 20 on August 9th, 2023. That's the most runs since their 12-run outburst last year that the I-Cubs have scored going back 2 seasons. Hitters count 3-1, and Long takes a called strike on the outside corner. Close pitch. They'll hope to see a better one here, 3-2. Miller has the sign of the payoff pitch on the way. Long leans over the plate and takes it low and out, ball 4. Just again, the numbers for Toledo's left-hander Lyle Lockhart today. Not going to do any favors to his ERA. 3 2/3 innings, 7 runs, all of them earned on 5 hits. He walked 3 and struck out 2. He now has an ERA of 9.90 through 3 starts. Ben Cowles now looking for his first hit, 0 for 2. And he almost got hit by the pitch instead. You don't want that on a frigid night. It's ball 1. Tomorrow it's supposed to be closer to 50 in terms of a high here in Toledo. That'll sound like a respite after today's temperatures. Low 40s, 1-0 pitch, chased outside by Cowles, 1-1. 37 degrees right now with an 8-mile-per-hour wind. That doesn't feel great down on the field, I'm sure. Not so bad up here in the booth. Windows are open, I'm happy to report. 1-1 pitch, driven in the air, foul toward right. Guys weren't exactly thrilled when we pulled into town after all the rain last week. They stepped off the bus on Sunday night, and it was 41 degrees. A few groans. 1-2 again. Check swing and a miss. Cowles just could not hold up. And he strikes out swinging for the second out of the 6th. There is more action in the Toledo bullpen. A right-hander is throwing again. There has not been a soul in the I-Cubs bullpen yet today. No signs that Flexen is done. Looks like he'll come back out for the 6th inning. Try and make it a quality start. James Triantos has 2 hits today. Swings and drives the ball to deep left this time. Back into the gap. Madris turning around, and that ball is off the top of the wall. Streaking around third is Jonathan Long. Relay throw to the plate, not in time. Long slides in safely, and James Triantos has an RBI on his 3rd hit of the game. This time it's a double, and it's 13-0. That ball hammered into the gap. The only question was, did it have enough height to get out of here? Not quite was the answer, but it was enough to score. Jonathan Long all the way from first. He was running hard. And that brings Kevin Alcantara to the plate. Right-handed hitter takes his slider over the inside part of the plate for a strike. RBI number 2 for Triantos, who has already scored 2 runs tonight. Jonathan Long has now scored 2 runs to go with his 3 RBI. Alcantara ready for the 0-1. That breaks into the left-hand batter's box. Ryan Miller has given up 6 runs out of the bullpen, nearly matching the 7 allowed by the starter Lyle Lockhart. 1-1 pitch to Alcantara from Miller. Fouled off the hands of Alcantara toward the backstop, and it's 1-2. Well, it's certainly not gotten warmer since the start of the game, but Alcantara has pulled down that cold weather covering that was over his head and his face. Now it's down around his neck, and the dreads are back out. Now it's a lot more obvious that this is, in fact, Kevin Alcantara at the plate. 2 outs here in the 6th. The ball, 2 strikes with a man on second. 13-0 I-Cubs. Next one to Alcantara. Slider yanked on the ground to short. Backhanded by Nick Dunn, who throws out Alcantara to end the inning. The I-Cubs add another. It's 13-0, heading to the bottom of the 6th on the I-Cubs Broadcast Network.
Looking for the perfect home? Artisan Management Group has you covered at Cityville on 9th. The Iowa Cubs home away from home with a resort-style pool, state-of-the-art fitness center, and an expansive dog park. They've got all the bases covered. Choose studio, 1, 2, or 3-bedroom apartments, all just a home run distance from Principal Park. Find your perfect place at cityvilleon9th.com or explore all their communities at artisanmanagementgroup.com. Cityville on 9th. Live well, live artisan.
Get ready for 2 nights of live music at Principal Park. Join us Friday, May 23rd for a rock show featuring the Pork Tornadoes, Damon Dotson, and Punching Pandas. Then on Saturday, May 24th, country star Craig Campbell takes the stage with Jordan Beam and Brad Morgan. Both shows start at 6 p.m. with gates opening at 5. General admission is just $15 per night or $25 for both. Upgrade to a hospitality package or go all in with a Bud Club table for the ultimate concert experience. Get your tickets now at iowacubs.com.
For 48 straight years, Ford F-Series have been the best-selling trucks in America. We got here by engineering breakthrough technology, redefining Built Ford Tough, and never settling for second best. But what's really made Ford F-Series the #1 selling trucks in America is you. Ford F-Series, Built Ford Tough. Based on 1977 to 2024 calendar year total sales.
Let's get back to Iowa Cubs baseball on Hope 940 with Jason Kemp.
Once more, Chris Flexen to the mound as the lead has grown since he was last out there, 13-0. The I-Cubs have scored in 5 of their 6 innings at the plate. Jace Young leads off. He has a double in 2 at-bats, and the left-handed hitter takes a big, slow curveball outside for ball 1. That came in at just 71 miles per hour. Flexen right back with a fastball, flared to shallow right. Franklin charging in. He'll have plenty of time to get there and makes the catch. Flexen beat Young on the inside part of the plate for out number 1. So Andrew Navigado will be the batter now. Navigado is strikeout looking in the 2nd. He flied to center in the 4th. And how about this note? Despite a 2-7 start, on their way to 2-8 for Toledo. As the first pitch from Flexen is a strike. They have been the best hitting team in the International League when the count is in their favor. They led the team with a .363 batting average coming in. Here's a strike again from Flexen, quickly on top 0-2. Tomorrow night we'll do it again in the same place here at Fifth Third Field, hoping for the same results. Matt Manning will throw against Cade Horton. 0-2 delivery. Change-up darts low in the dirt. Easy take for Navigado. 11 hits to 3. The difference in this one. Some fans hitting the exits as the 1-2 is a changeup that Navigado chops down on his foot. He'll stay alive in the count as Flexen out there for almost certainly his final inning. 81 pitches in, 1 out in the 6th with a 13-0 lead. We may see a position clear tonight. A little bit less believable on the first night of the series, though. 1-2 outside as Navigado leans over the edge and takes a look at the Flexen fastball. He had an off day yesterday. Everybody's rested, so might not see a position player, but this is the kind of game for that. The 2-2 pitch. Upstairs, ball 3. And Flexen with 2 walks. That would be his own issue with his start tonight. And the payoff pitch with 1 out. Popped up right side. Ballesteros over toward the dugout, and he'll run out of room. Marty Peavy was there with 2 hands extended, ready to shove Ballesteros if he got near the step. Marty Peavy with some words for Ballesteros that made the catcher chuckle. Not going to let that guy fall into the dugout. Marty Peavy said, no way. And we'll do it 3-2 again, as there is now a lefty, Luke Little, throwing in the iCubs pen just lightly. Another payoff pitch is cut on and missed. Flexen with a strikeout. Just his 3rd of the night. He hasn't needed the strikeout. A lot of soft contact, and there are 2 down in the 6th inning. iCubs leading 13-0. Flexen trying to put a bow on this one. First pitch outside to Bly Madriz, 0 for 2 this evening. 2,854 announced here in Toledo. 1-0 from Chris. It's down and away. 2 balls, no strikes. Hitters count for Madriz. He swings away and lines one foul right back into the netting. They just haven't been able to square him up today. Young had the double, but that's about it for the Mudheads off of Chris Flexen. Trying to get through 6 scoreless. The 2-1 pitch. And that's a strike at the knees. A long, hard look out into the night sky by Bly Madriz, who thought about challenging that, I believe, but decided not to. Here's a 3-2 line softly into center field and down for a base hit. He got it just over the head of Cowles, the shortstop, and dumped it down into the shallow center field grass for a base hit. Bringing Eliezer Alfonso to the plate. Tony Cagoule, the iCubs pitching coach, is going to head out there and have a word with Chris Flexen, the iCubs starter. And I would think that probably means that this is the final batter for Chris Flexen, and Tony Cagoule just letting him know that, hey, you've got an opportunity here to get one more out. We'll give you this batter yet, and if you get him, outstanding. If you don't, we're going to go to the bullpen and call on Luke Little. That's typically how it works. And Flexen, a veteran, he's been around long enough to know that, and so the stakes raised a bit for the upcoming at bat. He is at 90 pitches. Eliezer Alfonso has grounded it short and lined it short today. Trying to extend this inning and perhaps chase Flexen from the game. From the stretch, Flexen looks at first, no hold for the runner. It takes off towards second as the pitch misses up and away, ball one. It'll be defensive indifference, getting Madris into scoring position. But you'd rather cut down a ball in play than keep the runner at first. That's the admission here by the I-Cubs. 1-0. Change up and a good one. Catches the outside black to even it up a ball and a strike on Alfonso. You know, Flexen wants this out right here. With a 1-1 pitch, curveball hammers in for strike two. And now he's one pitch away from putting 6 scoreless on the board in his second start of the season. Alfonso was in Double A year ago with the Tigers in Erie. 1-2 pitch. He fought it off foul on a late swing. I believe Erie won the Eastern League Championship last year. They've won it back-to-back years, if I'm not mistaken. And I was not. 1-2 pitch. Alfonso lines it to right. That's going to get down for a base hit. Flexen stares up into the sky as coming around third. And scoring is Madris. And Toledo is on the board with 2 outs in the 6th inning. Well, that one hurt Chris Flexen, not in terms of the result today, but a 2-out soft single, defensive indifference, and then another single. Get Toledo on the board, and that'll be all for Flexen. Marty Peavy makes his way out to the mound. This is a Plumbers and Steamfitters pitching change. It's 13-1. Toledo with a run on the board and a man on for David Hensley as Luke Little is on from the I-Cubs bullpen on the I-Cubs radio network.
Best tailgate? It's got to be burgers and an ice cold Coke.
Real football y pollo asado.
Hoops and wings. Dude, subs.
Nah, hot dog.
No, Dodger dog.
I'll drink to that. Pass me a Coke. It's gotta be crawfish. Mac and cheese.
No. 7-layer dip. Ribs. No contest.
Hummus.
What?
You need a hot grill and an ice cold Coke.
Of course.
Football and Coke. Come on.
It's got to be Coke.
Game day? Race day.
Calls for Coke.
You know it.
It's Tailgate 101.
A 10-game flex pack is the perfect way to experience all of the fun of an Iowa Cubs game at Principal Park while not being tied to a set of dates. Create a customized experience just for you. Use all 10 tickets for one game or mix and match them over multiple visits. The choice is yours. Flex pack tickets are good for any game all season long. Visit iowacubs.com to get yours today.
Iowa Cubs baseball lives here on Hope 940. And now, Jason Kemp.
Luke Little back out for his 3rd appearance of the season. And the big lefty with 2 outs here in the 6th will get David Hensley. After back-to-back 2-out singles by Bly Madris and Eliezer Alfonso, get Toledo on the board, 13-1. Flexen was biting his glove as he left the mound. He desperately wanted the shutout over 6 innings tonight and couldn't quite get there. And the part that hurts even more, they didn't really hit a ball hard in this inning. But a run on the board. Again, no hold for the runners. David Hensley steps in. And Little deals. A strike at the knees at 95 miles per hour from Luke Little. Heck of a game from Chris Flexen. His number is not final quite yet, but still very impressive. Little comes back and backs up Hensley with an inside fastball. Hensley 1 for 2. Little has the straight four-seamer around 95, 96, the sweeper, and a splitter. Barely throws the splitter, though. 1-1 home. And he tried the sweeper and it missed off the outside corner, so it's 2-1 on Hensley. 13-1. The iCubs on top. 11 hits tonight. Now 5 for Toledo. Runner goes, swing and a miss on a sweeper in the dirt. And Alfonso takes second on defensive indifference once again. The second time this inning that the runner is handed second base. And the barometer there is the first baseman holding? Does the catcher get up ready to throw? Does the middle infielder cover second? If none of those happen, it's defensive indifference. 2-2 with 2 outs. Little fires and a fastball fought off by Hensley into the net behind home plate. Little blowing into his left hand, trying to keep it warm. He was warming up with a sweatshirt for a while, but he has short sleeves on now. 2-2 again. Sweeper backdoor, stayed out, and it's a full count. A lot of pitchers just hate the feeling of anything on their arms when they're throwing in a game. Warming up, sure, a bullpen maybe, but not out on the game mound. That's the case with Little. Payoff pitch. Swing and a miss. A back foot slider to Hensley, and he got him on the sweeper in the end. Little strikes out the only batter he faces in the 6th. Toledo gets a run on a couple of hits. They leave one stranded, and we're on to the 7th. 1/3 of the game remains with the iCubs in front 13-1 on the iCubs Broadcast Network.
Make more memories together this summer. Whether you're celebrating a special occasion with friends and family, hosting clients, or treating your staff, take them to Principal Park for an unforgettable time. Groups of 25 or more qualify for reduced prices. Come eat, drink, and watch baseball as a group for as low as $7 per ticket. Visit iowacubs.com to book your outing and ask about adding on a unique group experience.
At Mid-American Energy, our 1.6 million customers depend on our energy 24/7. That's why we work 24/7 to deliver the safe, reliable energy you need. To keep our 99.9% reliability record, we're enhancing our technology, improving resiliency, and investing in critical infrastructure. We're generating power from all available resources to cover any increases in demand. And we're innovating to ensure you always have the energy you need. Mid-American Energy, obsessively, relentlessly at your service.
Escape to paradise at Principal Park for Margaritaville night on Friday, June 14th. Enjoy a night of island vibes with a live performance by Banana Wind, a Hawaiian t-shirt giveaway to the first 1,000 fans, and the ultimate feast, a cheeseburger and margarita special. Kick back, soak up the summer fun, and enjoy baseball with a tropical twist. Get your tickets now at iowacubs.com.
More Iowa Cubs baseball with Jason Kemp on Hope 940.
Carlos Perez will lead off after another Plumberton deep hitters pitching change for Toledo. Their third pitcher of the game is in, and it's right-hander Chase Lee. He's on the 40-man for Detroit, and he fires a big sweeping slider for a strike at 81 miles per hour. Perez with the first big swing of the game for the Iowa Cubs. A grand slam back in the first, 1 for 3 overall today. Sidearm breaking ball popped up first base side and over the iCubs dugout into the seats, and it's 0-2. Lee with that tough arm angle, righty on righty, drops down and throws that sweeping slider. Not easy to deal with, hard to square up. He drops down again and threw it off the outside corner, and Perez able to lay off this time. Over on the first base side of the rubber is Lee. He's home again to Perez. He tried the fastball for the first time, 91 up and away. Last year, he was with both the Rangers organization and Detroit in AAA. This pitch, a slider inside, and Perez with a good at bat has found his way to a full count. 3-2. To lead off the 7th, 13-1, the Iowa Cubs on top. And the payoff pitch to begin the inning. Perez waited back on a sweeper and popped it up. Right side of the infield, Hensley, the first baseman, is there, and he made the catch. On following the lights a little bit, but one away. Chase Lee, 26 years old, from Birmingham, Alabama. Played in Toledo, Round Rock, and in the Arizona Complex League with the Rangers. Take a look at the Mercy One out-of-town scoreboard here at the top of the 7th as well. After this pitch to Greg Allen, switch hitter batting left. He takes a breaking ball outside, 1-0. Next pitch, up and away with a fastball, 1-1. Lee, a year ago, with those 3 different minor league teams, a 2.75 ERA. Here's a slider cut on the miss. 36 innings, 49 strikeouts. He's been impressive in the minor leagues. Got a slider out. Makes it 2-1 on Greg Allen. He was traded along with Andrew Chafin. The pitch is a slider for a strike. And it's full now, 3-2. I stand corrected. He was traded with Joseph Montalvo when Detroit sent Andrew Chafin to Texas. Lee came over with Montalvo. 3-2 to Allen. A hard ground ball to second. Bobbled by Young, but it stays with it. It throws out Greg Allen in plenty of time. That ball hit so hard that even a bobble did not cost the right side of the infield. But the ironic part of that deal is the Tigers traded Chafin to Texas, and then now Chafin and Lee are teammates with one another in Toledo. 2 outs for Chase Strum. Still one of 2 players in the lineup without a hit. The other is Cowles. On a night the I-Cubs have 11. And the first pitch to the third baseman is a strike on the outside corner. He's 0 for 2 with a walk. And on the 40-man roster for Detroit, Lee trying to make his big league debut. And he missed up and away as the count evens 1-1. Strumpf walked and scored in the second. Fly to center in the fourth. Struck out swinging in the fifth. Coming home is Lee, and a slider popped up off the end of the bat into the top of the net behind home plate. Lee trying to end a 1-2-3 inning. It would be the second of the game for the I-Cubs at the plate. 0-2 pitch. He struck him out swinging with a fastball. You start looking for that sweeper, and a 91-mile-an-hour fastball looks a lot more intimidating. We reached the stretch at Toledo. All I-Cubs tonight, 13-1. Game 1 of the series on the I-Cubs Broadcast Network.
Get ready for 2 nights of live music at Principal Park. Join us Friday, May 23rd for a rock show featuring the Fort Tornadoes, Damon Dotson, and Punching Pandas. Then on Saturday, May 24th, country star Craig Campbell takes the stage with Jordan Beam and Brad Morgan. Both shows start at 6 p.m. with gates opening at 5. General admission is just $15 per night or $25 for both. Upgrade to a hospitality package or go all in with a Bud Club table for the ultimate concert experience. Get your tickets now at iowacubs.com.
All right, here's the thing with mobile banking. You can get the laundry done and the yard, and it's only Thursday. Sure, run that extra block or mile with your four-legged buddy. Hey, you're at the gym? Do a few more reps. A little more gaming with your squad? Yeah, the Galaxy needs you. Better eat another s'more. And by another, we mean fifth. Soak up every single minute of every single day. Go on and do whatever it is you do and still keep in touch with your money. Great Southern Mobile Banking. Get the app now for Android and iOS. Member FDIC. Data rates may apply. See carrier for details.
Great news. 2025 Iowa Cubs season tickets are still available, and there's no better place to spend your summer than out at the ballpark. You'll get access to the best seats at the best price, free parking, invitation to member-only events, and so much more. Let's take your fandom to the next level and become a season ticket member today. Call 515-243-6111 or visit iowacubs.com to buy your tickets. We can't wait to see you at Principal Park.
Get your peanuts ready. Iowa Cubs baseball is back on Hope 940.
Bottom of the 7th about to get underway. The batter is Jack Dunn, the 8-hitting shortstop for Toledo. Luke Little, the big lefty, going to stay out there. Dunn 0 for 1 with a walk today. 13-1 iCubs. Little to the plate, and he missed outside, ball 1. Little struck out the only batter he faced in the 6th inning. So he's got 2 2/3 innings under his belt this year. No hits. Only base runner a walk with a couple of strikeouts, and he missed outside here, ball 2. Mercy 1, out-of-town scoreboard. Indianapolis shutting out Louisville 2-0. Bottom of the 8th inning down in Kentucky. Norfolk doubling up Gwinnett 6-3 tonight there in the bottom of the 7th. 2-0 from Little. Check swing and a miss. He could not lay off the sweeper down and in. And it's 2-1. Action begins in the iCubs bullpen. Lehigh Valley hanging on to a 3-2 lead over Syracuse after 6. Little coming back, and he came down and in and hit Jack Dunn. So a hit by pitch puts the leadoff man on here in the Toledo half of inning number 7. Need a lot more of that to build the comeback. Riley Unroe, the batter, 1 for 2 with a bunt single. 1 of 5 hits for Toledo. Jacksonville up 1-0 over Charlotte in the 6th. Nashville leads Memphis 2-0. They're the 4th. Omaha up 2-0 at St. Paul in the 5th inning. And the other 3 games scheduled tonight in the International League postponed in Buffalo, Worcester, and Scranton-Wilkes-Barre. Wind chills in the teens. First pitch from Little, a strike at 98 miles per hour from the big left-hander. Mix that with the sweeper and heck of a 1-2 punch. And the reason he's been in the big leagues for a decent amount of time. 0-1 is waved out and missed. And he's further ahead 0-2. Take a look at the Cubs farm system now. Home opener for Myrtle Beach. Well, they had been undefeated on the year. They're down 8-0 tonight at the bottom of the 5th at home to Carolina, who had also been undefeated. Little's 0-2. Another fastball grounded to short right at Cowles. Taylor made 6, 4, and 3 for a double play. And that leadoff hit by pitch has been erased on the twin killing, rolled up by Luke Little. Roto-Rooter sponsors all Iowa Cubs double plays. You know Roto-Rooter can help you unclog a drain, but did you know they can also take care of water restoration, mold testing and removal, and both commercial and residential plumbing? Next time you need to get out of a jam, call on Roto-Rooter Des Moines and make all your troubles go down the drain. 2 outs for the leadoff hitter, Jahmai Jones. He looks at a little strike, and it's 0-1. Keegan Thompson is up in the bullpen for the iCubs. 2-strike pitch from Little. Jones checks his swing. And pardon me, that was the second pitch of the at-bat. It's 1-1. Home opener for High A South Bend. They're losing 2-1 at the bottom of the 6th. Tying run on first, nobody out. Rafael Morel at the plate. As the 1-1 to Jones, sweeps over the outside corner for strike 2 call. Christian Hernandez with 2 more hits. He's hitting .412 on the year. Still obviously very early on, but good stuff from the shortstop. 1-2. Jones takes a called third strike. Little froze him with 97 at the knees. Little hits a batter but gets a double play, ground ball, and a strikeout. And the iCubs lead 13-1 after 7. Offense hard to come by for Toledo. Not so much for the iCubs, who lead 13-1 on Hope 940.
Your premier Chevy dealers, proud to be presenting sponsors of the Iowa Cubs Kids Club and proud to be part of Team Chevy, the #1 selling brand in Iowa for the past 10 years. Thanks to a talented roster that includes versatile SUVs like Equinox and dependable trucks like Silverado. Visit moreiowansdrivechevy.com today to find exciting offers and a dealer near you based on IHS Market CYE 2010 to 2020 new vehicle retail registrations in the state of Iowa.
A 10-game flex pack is the perfect way to experience all of the fun of an Iowa Cubs game at Principal Park while not being tied to a set of dates. Create a customized experience just for you. Use all 10 tickets for one game or mix and match them over multiple visits. The choice is yours. Flex pack tickets are good for any game all season long. Visit iowacubs.com to get yours today.
There's so much to do in downtown Des Moines. Why waste your time commuting when you come to visit? The Hampton Inn downtown sits right next to the Des Moines River at 120 Water Street and just 2 blocks north of Principal Park, 2 blocks south of Fort Avenue Entertainment District, and a short walk from the East Village. Stay at a great room with free Wi-Fi and breakfast during your stay. Don't sit on the sidelines. Call 515-244-1650 to book a room at the Hampton Inn downtown and be part of the action in downtown Des Moines.
Hope 940 is your home for Iowa Cubs baseball all summer long.
Top of the order one more time tonight, at least you would guess, as Christian Franklin leads off. It's still Lee out there on the mound after a scoreless 7th, and he comes down and in, missing with ball 1 to Franklin. Cubs have only struck out 6 times tonight so far. And this pitch to Franklin, hit on the ground right side. Can it find a hole? It does, off the end of the glove of Jace Young, who would probably feel he should have made that play, but Franklin will have a 2-hit game. Hard bouncer to the right side against the shift. And Young racing to his left, couldn't quite get there. If he had a chance to make the throw. Leadoff man on instead. Ballesteros, the batter, he has 2 hits. And he takes it off the outside corner, ball 1. Just a bunch of hard-hit baseballs tonight for the Iowa Cubs. Most of them have left the ballpark. They have 4 home runs. Next pitch to Ballesteros, ripped on a line into the right center field gap. That's going to roll all the way to the outfield wall. Franklin is going to score easily. Ballesteros around second, digging for third. Here comes the throw. He is in there safely. RBI triple for Moises Ballesteros. And the route continues 14-1. The Iowa Cubs lead as Ballesteros split the gap and kept on running. Well, Moises Ballesteros with a triple. That's when you know things are going well for the Iowa Cubs. He has certainly put himself in better shape over the years. Big swing and a miss now from Jonathan Long. And it's 0-1. Long is having a great day. 2 hits, a double, a 2-run home run, a walk. He scored 2 runs, 3 RBI. And the next pitch sweeps to the outside corner for a strike call. He's behind 0-2. Long swings and misses. And he's down on strikes. Quick work made by Chase Lee that time. And remember, there are only 2 players in the lineup without a hit tonight. The iCubs have 13 total. Cowell's one of them. Chance for an RBI here as he flies a ball foul down the right field line on the first pitch from Lee. 0 for 3 with a walk for Cowles tonight. This ball in the dirt from Lee, trying to get Cowles to chase. He would not. You know, this is a game where you start to get to this point and you think, all right, let's save some for tomorrow. 1-1 breaking ball, foul back. Cowles sent that into the seats on the right side. There'll be a game later this year where you need a hit and you can't get one. And you'll go back to this day and say, let's take some of those. Lee home with a man on third. Cowles checks his swing, and the fastball is high. They wanted an appeal on the check swing, but he certainly did not go. That one wasn't particularly close. It's even 2-2. Cowles waggles the bat. Now the pitch. Fastball got him swinging. Lee with back-to-back strikeouts. And Ballesteros still standing at third now, with 2 outs for James Triantos. 3 hits, including an RBI double for Triantos tonight. First pitch, a breaking ball from Lee, and Triantos looked at it for a strike. Infield is back. Ballesteros takes a walking lead at third. 0-1, foul back again by Triantos, and it's 0-2. Folks on the music here trying to encourage the fans to get into the game, but might be beyond that point right now. From the belt, 0-2 from Lee. Outside, way into the left-hand batter's box. Eliezer Alfonso, the catcher, leaning to his right, able to pick it up and save a run from scoring there. 14-1, most runs since a 20-run outburst back in 2023. 1-2. Triantos lunging, just barely gets a piece and fouls it off to stay alive. Triantos singled, stole a base and scored in the first, grounded out to first in the third. He singled and scored in the fifth, doubled homer run in the sixth inning. And for the first 4-hit game of 25. And he could not make contact. Lee struck him out with a slider. 3 straight strikeouts after 2 hits began the inning. The I-Cubs add another, 1 run on a couple of knocks, no errors, and 1 man left in third. It's a 14-1 ball game in favor of the road team. The I-Cubs lead on Hope 940.
Make more memories together this summer. Whether you're celebrating a special occasion with friends and family, hosting clients, or treating your staff, take them to Principal Park for an unforgettable time. Groups of 25 or more qualify for reduced prices. Come eat, drink, and watch baseball as a group for as low as $7 per ticket. Visit iowacubs.com to book your outing and ask about adding on a unique group experience.
Can you think of anything that costs the same today as it did 10 years ago? There isn't much. That is, unless you're a Mid-American Energy customer. Thanks to all the renewable energy we're generating, our customers pay nearly the same rate for electricity today as they did back when we were all singing, "Call Me Maybe." And with Mid-American making even more investments in clean energy, you can count on enjoying those same affordable rates for the next decade. Now that's obsessively, relentlessly at your service.
Get ready for unbeatable game day deals at Principal Park. Food and ticket bundles are available every Tuesday, Wednesday, and Sunday. Fridays, stick around for post-game fireworks. Saturdays, come early to play catch in the outfield. And Sundays are kids' days, so stick around to run the bases after the game. Don't miss out. Visit iowacubs.com for tickets and details. See you at the ballpark.
I'm Owen Casey, and you're listening to Iowa Cubs baseball on Hope 940.
Keegan Thompson out on the hill for the Iowa Cubs with a 14-1 lead tonight in game 1 of a 6-game set in Toledo. By the way, that triple for Moises Ballesteros was his first since June last year at AA Tennessee. He did it at Biloxi. For what it's worth, Keegan Thompson to Hao-Young Lee, and he swings and misses. It's 0-1. 95-mile-an-hour heater that time to get the inning started for Keegan. The set and the pitch from mustachioed right-hander low and outside. It's now 1-1. Lee is 0 for 3. He's hit the ball in the air 3 times. Four-seamer, cutter, curveball, and sweeper for the right-hander Thompson, who delivers, and the ball is sent foul toward right. That was the cutter moving down and away from the right-handed hitter. And Lee is now behind Thompson, 1 ball and 2 strikes. Thompson from the chest comes home again. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Back to the four-seamer at 95 and a strikeout to begin the 8th. We're looking at the out-of-town scoreboard. AA Knoxville tied at 3 at the top of the 7th at Rocket City. Couple of hits for Jalen Palmer, couple of hits for Pablo Aliendo. Jace Young steps in on the left side, 1 for 3 with a double, and he takes the hook from Thompson for strike 1. 14-1. The iCubs with their most runs in just about 2 years. Doing it on a cold night. Thompson deals, swing and a miss through a fastball. Cutter starting away and fighting over the outside edge. That leaves us with the big league club tied at 3 with Texas at Wrigley tonight, bottom of the 5th. Kyle Tucker at the plate right now with a man on base. Thompson fires in the dirt with a cutter, and it's 1-2 on Young. Action in the Toledo bullpen. The iCubs pen is quiet. Thompson always out of the stretch, fires. Outside, pop in the mid of Ballesteros, tried to cutter again. Josh Young with the Texas Rangers won the World Series. And Jace Young, a first-round pick by Detroit out of Texas Tech, strikes out swinging on another cutter from Keegan Thompson. 2 batters, 2 strikeouts. The iCubs have a combined 7 among 3 pitchers. 2 gone quickly in a 14-1 game for Andrew Navigado. 0 for 3 with a couple of strikeouts. Chris Flexen 1 run on 5 hits in 5 2/3 innings. Luke Little an inning and a third scoreless, hitless, perfect baseball. And a big sweeper, waved at and missed, strike 1. Thompson reaches back and a fastball bites outside, ball 1. Tapping the end of the bat on home plate, Navigado, the designated hitter. Infield straight up, all the way back, all the way around. 1-1 pitch, foul back into the net. And Thompson trying to strike out the side here in the 8th inning. Everything he's thrown has been around the zone. He has the call, the 1-2. Bounced high in the air, foul into the Toledo dugout on the ricochet. Thompson ready again. Here it is. Off the end of the bat, skied foul toward right. Thompson going to keep attacking here on Navigado. The next pitch, check swing in the dirt. Did he go? Yes, he did. Ball is in the backstop. The runner did not go. Now he takes off. A long throw for Ballesteros, who's picked on a hop by Perez. And it's a 1-2-3 inning with 3 strikeouts from Keegan Thompson. Navigado was unaware the ball got away. He never ran toward first until it was too late. And Thompson, with a wipeout 8th inning, sets us to the 9th. Iowa 14, Toledo 1 on the iCubs Radio Network.
Make more memories together this summer. Whether you're celebrating a special occasion with friends and family, hosting clients, or treating your staff, take them to Principal Park for an unforgettable time. Groups of 25 or more qualify for reduced prices. Come eat, drink, and watch baseball as a group for as low as $7 per ticket. Visit iowacubs.com to book your outing and ask about adding on a unique group experience.
Great news! 2025 Iowa Cubs season tickets are still available, and there's no better place to spend your summer than out at the ballpark. You'll get access to the best seats at the best price, free parking, invitation to member-only events, and so much more. Let's take your fandom to the next level and become a season ticket member today. Call 515-243-6111 or visit iowacubs.com to buy your tickets. We can't wait to see you at Principal Park.
Host your special event at Principal Park with Sec Taylor Field as your backdrop. Celebrate your graduation, retirement, wedding reception, and more at the SoFi Left Field Lounge. Looking to host a business meeting or dinner? We've got you covered. Our catering team is eager to customize a package that suits your style and budget. Conveniently located in downtown Des Moines, Principal Park is easily accessible and has plentiful parking for your guests. Visit iowacubs.com to book the lounge today.
KPSZ Des Moines,
Hope 940. Your local, click, visit, call, and search media company. We are Des Moines Media Group.
Kevin Alcantara going to lead off the ninth. The I-Cubs up 14-1, and a new pitcher in. Plumbers and Steamfitters pitching change. It's Tyler Foley. Pardon me, Jason Foley, a right-hander for the Mudheads. So the first pitch to Alcantara misses high and tight, ball one. Jason Foley, the fourth pitcher. Chase Lee allowed a run in 2 innings as number 3. And the big right-hander Foley, he's on the 40-man as well. Throws a fastball for a strike at 97 in there at the knees. Foley 6'4", 215 pounds, a 29-year-old. That was challenged by Alcantara. The I-Cubs have both challenges remaining. That one was firmly a strike. Full baseball in the strike zone there. Not a great challenge by Alcantara, but again, the I-Cubs up by 13 had their full allotment remaining. Ball and a strike. The center fielder, and now ball 2 strikes as Foley finds the zone once again. Foley with a sinker, about 96, a slider, a four-seamer, and the changeup. The four-seamer and the changeup, his least used pitches. As the 1-2 comes home. Alcantara lunges over the top of a sinker, and he's down on strikes for the initial out of the ninth. Strikeouts have been coming a little bit faster for this Toledo bullpen over the last couple of innings. And now Carlos Perez with a grand slam in the first inning. Since then, 0 for 3. Couple of strikeouts mixed in. And Foley will come home and get a swing and a miss. Looked like the tight slider that time for the big righty. Everything great for the I-Cubs offense here on a Tuesday night. Kick of the left leg and the pitch. Line toward left and just out of the reach of the shortstop, Nick Dunn. Just got the edge of his glove on the baseball on a line drive off the end of the bat of Carlos Perez, and he kind of knocked it down into left field, but never really had a chance there to catch that one. The left fielder, Greg Allen. And Greg Allen will come to the plate. 15 hits for the Iowa Cubs. Allen has one of them, a 3-run home run back in the 5th. He's 1 for 4. Foley from the chest, looks at first, comes home, and Allen with a big uppercut swing and a miss. Last year with the Tigers, where he spent all year, Foley 3-6 with a 3.15 ERA. 8 holds for him. The 0-1 pitch, cut on and missed again on the inside corner. He spent 4 seasons in the big leagues, all with the Tigers, who drafted him back in 2016, or signed him, I should say, as an undrafted free agent that year. Last pitch down the 5th against Round Rock. The 0-2 here outside and past the catcher Alfonso to the backstop. And Carlos Perez will trot slowly to second on the wild pitch. A look at second, man, in scoring position. Allen waves over the top of the changeup and goes down on strike. Second strikeout for Foley, and with a man on second, there are 2 outs in the ninth in a 14-1 ball game for Chase Strump, 0 for 3 with a walk. Foley settles in, left foot in front of the right. And comes home. And Strump foul tipped it into the mid of Alfonso. Strump has struck out in his last 2 at-bats. Only some hardy souls left in the ballpark at this point of the night. The 0-1 check swing. Strump took another strike. Falls behind 0-2. Each of the last 4 years in the big leagues, in those 4 years combined, 210 games out of the bullpen for Foley. 28 saves last year. It was the closer for a while. 0-2 pitch, fouled right back. Good swing by Strum. He sent it backward into the net behind home plate. Foley again, 0-2. Strumpf hits a bouncer to third. Lee backs up on it, stabs a high hop and throws across the diamond to end the inning. No runs, 1 hit, 1 man left. And we finally made it to the bottom of the 9th inning. All I-Cubs in Game 1 of the road series in Toledo. They're on top 14-1. Keegan Thompson going to look for the final 3 outs when we come back at home 940.
Dream Steam Restoration and Cleaning's fully trained and certified team is your designated hitter. For cleaning carpet, air ducts, furniture, dryer vents, and more. Need restoration? We cover all the bases. Water, fire, and storm damage, mold removal, even biohazard cleanup. We use eco-friendly products safe for your family and pets. Call for an estimate and we'll knock it out of the park. 515-512-5387 or visit DreamSteamInc.com. Dream Steam Restoration and Cleaning, servicing Central Iowa. Family owned and operated since 1983.
A 10-game flex pack is the perfect way to experience all of the fun of an Iowa Cubs game at Principal Park while not being tied to a set of dates. Create a customized experience just for you. Use all 10 tickets for one game or mix and match them over multiple visits. The choice is yours. Flex pack tickets are good for any game all season long. Visit iowacubs.com to get yours today.
All right, here's the thing with mobile banking. You can get the laundry done and the yard, and it's only Thursday. Sure, run that extra block or mile with your four-legged buddy. Hey, you're at the gym? Do a few more reps. A little more gaming with your squad? Yeah, the Galaxy needs you. Better eat another s'more. And by another, we mean fifth. Soak up every single minute of every single day. Go on and do whatever it is you do and still keep in touch with your money. Great Southern Mobile Banking. Get the app now for Android and iOS. Member FDIC. Data rates may apply. See carrier for details.
I'm Darius Hill, and you're listening to Iowa Cubs Baseball on Hope 940.
Keegan Thompson going to try and put the finishing touches on this one. 14-1. Iowa on top of the 9th. Bly Madris will lead off 1 for 3. Thompson home, and a ball driven foul toward left. Keegan struck out the side in the 8th inning. Using that fastball cutter combo. Breaking ball mixed in. 0-2 is, or pardon me, the 0-1 right down the middle on a fastball at 91. That was the cutter again. And there are 2 strikes on Madris, the leadoff hitter in the Toledo 9. And now a timeout call very late in the process by the left fielder Madris, who scored the only run of the game after his single in the 6th inning. He moved to second on defensive indifference and scored on a base hit. 0-2 here. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. Thompson 4 strikeouts in 4 batters. The Iowa Cubs don't gamble with fire safety. Howard & Sons Fire Alarm Sales and Service are the official provider of fire extinguishers at Principal Park. For all of your fire safety needs, contact Howard & Sons in West Des Moines. Now it's Eliezer Afonso who has the only RBI for Toledo tonight, looking at strike 1 from Thompson. The bullpen has been brilliant for the Iowa Cubs here of late. Chest high set, 0-1 pitch, a backdoor breaking ball, a little bit too far outside. They haven't allowed any runs today. They didn't allow any runs on Sunday, and they allowed just a couple of runs in extras in the game Friday night. This pitch skied toward shallow left. Greg Allen moving to his right toward the foul line, slams on the brakes and makes the catch for the second out of the inning. And down to their final out now are the Toledo Mudhens. David Hensley 1 for 3. Hensley trying to keep it alive. Thompson to the plate, and he's ahead 0-1. Yeah, Palencia allowed a couple of runs in extras. Prior to that, 4 scoreless innings. Bullpen did not allow a run in the final 2 1/3 innings on Thursday. The 0-1 pitch is a slider over on the inside corner, and now Toledo down to their final strike here in game 1 of the series. Thompson trying to end it right now. The 0-2 pitch. Line toward the right field corner, but drifting foul. It hits off the sidewall. Hensley had thoughts of extra bases, but it's 0-2.